What's going on?
What's good, Ant? How you doing today?
I'm vibing. What's going on? What's the word?
Ant, I agree. I agree with like 95% of what you just said. But Ant, you don't believe in platonic relationships at
No, I
all?
don't. No, unless you gay. Or you just a weak ass
Wow.
man that's lying to women.
So Ant, I'm just like a couple years older than you, but you don't believe that like
What do your age
let's
got to do
say
with the
people
conversation?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
What do your age got to do with the conversation?
Nothing. But you don't believe even with
So what
people
missing?
that grew up with each other in a sandbox, daycare, elementary school, you don't believe they can have a platonic relationship at all?
If they so deep and they so in love with each other, friends with each other, then why don't they just be together? Why don't they just be in love? Let me ask you a question. What is the basis of cheating?
So what is the basis of cheating?
Yeah, what does cheating mean?
I mean, you could cheat emotionally, you could cheat
Stop right
physically.
there. You said the answer that I was looking for. Emotional cheating. What is emotional cheating?
Emotional cheating is basically um entertaining another person in a fashion that could possibly lead to something more than
Stop right there.
a
You just said
platonic
it.
relationship.
You literally just said it. That could possibly, possibility means that there's a chance.
Yep.
So if I have another woman around me that's not my girl, that woman that will be emotionally cheating because let's just break it down. If we gonna use your logic of this so-called sandbox relationship that we talking about. I've been
Sure.
knowing this woman since I was in the fourth grade. Let's just say, for example, I'm 30 years old. You would think that if I've been knowing a woman for 2 decades, there's gonna be some type of love that I feel towards her. It don't have to be sexual, but there's a type of love, there's a type of care, there's a type of compassion and feeling that I have that's a deep connection with this woman, right?
I agree.
Is that not emotional cheating? If this woman calls me on the phone and says, "Hey, Aunt, my boyfriend just put my hands on me," guess what? I'm her friend. I've been knowing her since the sandbox. Shouldn't I go out there and help her? Hey, Aunt, I need to get my car fixed. My fault. I'm stuck on the side of the road. Can you come change my tire? Hey, Aunt, I'm really sad today. Can you talk to me? I'm emotionally cheating. I may not be physically cheating, but I'm emotionally cheating with this against my woman with this other woman. That's an example of emotional cheating. So at the end of the day, however what you want to way you want to frame it, you gonna prove my point for me with this long term so-called relationship that we got. This is emotional cheating. So to negate that, to not have that around even in a possibility, there is no reason why should it be around this woman in the first place to respect my relationship. But again, I think it's weak for men to have female friends in the first place. I think it's one of the not the weakest thing you could do, but it's one of the weakest things you could do.
No, I agree with you. And I when you were talking about I think but if you're not in if you're not in an exclusive relationship with another woman, do you still think it's a problem though?
I don't think men and women can be friends. I think people lie to each other and tell each other what they want to hear. I think people like to put on a facade, but at the end of the day, unless you gay, if your female friend wanted to give you that sloppy toppy in the car, when y'all come home from Buffalo Wild Wings, you not finna stop her. You may question it. Hey, really? We've been knowing each other for so long until she grabbed that motherfucker. Real quick, I want to tell y'all about a way that y'all can make some extra cash right from your phone. It's 100% legit. And I know a lot of people like do these ads and it kind of seems like it's too good to be true, but let me really put y'all on games so y'all understand exactly what it is. It's called Free Cash and they actually will pay you for playing games on your phone, literally. Free Cash works with app games to help them find new users exactly like yourself. And basically they're willing to invest and pay new users to play the games because they basically want to bet on the fact that you will like the game. And a lot of times people actually do like the game. And the investment for them is you end up making the app money because you continue to play the game because like I said, you actually like it. And what Free Cash does is they put some of that money that you earned back into your pocket. And if you already play games on your phone anyway, it's perfect because now you can actually get paid for playing games on your phone. You can make a completely free account with just an email and a password. Now y'all know about me, I'm all about transparency. It's not some get rich quick thing. It's none of that. You can make $10, $20, maybe even more depending on how much you play and what you actually play. But there are people who have made hundreds of dollars playing these games. And again, if you already play games on your phone, then it's nothing to just play games and eventually get paid for it. No matter what the price is, you might as well get paid for it. And it's completely free. You ain't got to spend no money, none of that. All you got to do is scan this QR code right here, or you can click that first link in the description and check it out and see if you can make some free cash. I appreciate y'all. Let's get back to the video. I mean, let's be honest, bro. When we see women, we don't say, she probably seems like a good person that'd be my friend. When we see women, we look at them from a attraction trigger first, unless you're gay. And you
No,
figure that
I
out.
agree with you. I agree. I
So there
agree
we
with
go.
everything you're saying.
So there we go. And just because you didn't try to sleep with a woman, don't mean you don't want to. So even the thought of it takes away from the fact that it's platonic. It's all a lie. We
No,
put on this earth to procreate. We're not put on this earth to be friends.
no, I 100% agree with you. And I think a lot of it is disingenuous. I don't think a lot of it is pure and genuine. And I think it goes. A lot of people like to make it seem as if it comes from the men most of the time, but I think I think it goes both ways because a lot of the times, if the woman didn't find the man attractive, she wouldn't be trying to entertain him either. So I agree with you.
I think it's more so on the male side because women are more social butterflies. They can connect a lot. Like they like that connection. But that don't mean that it can't come from a woman. But I think it's much more on the male side when it comes to why men and women can't be friends. But that don't mean it can't come from a woman. Because people say, what if somebody not attracted to each other? Well, then the unattractive person is going to be attracted to the other person. Like if I'm with a woman and we just friends, but she fat and ugly, eventually she gonna probably start liking me.
Right.
I mean, it takes
It's
away
just a
from me as
matter
a
of
man.
time, was what you're saying.
Exactly. And then let me ask you this too. Let's say you got a female friend, Noble. If you and your female friend, let's just break this down tangibly to make it make sense though. If you got
Sure.
a female friend, Noble, and y'all walking down the street, and I come up and smack your female friend on the ass, what you gonna do? You don't know me from a can of paint.
And she's just my quote unquote friend.
She's your female platonic friend that you were speaking about.
I see where you going, Ed.
No, answer the question. Come on.
No, because in that situation, the man should, if the woman is,
Exactly.
she's been SA, so the man should defend the woman, and he should engage in a physical altercation
You have to
with
put
the
your life
man.
on the
But
line for this broad.
exactly for a woman that you're not even in a relationship with, that's your
Exactly.
quote unquote
Now
friend.
let's take it deeper than that. Let's say you and this female friend go get food. Let's say y'all
Mhm.
go to dinner together. A lot of times these so-called male and female relationships, you still giving her boyfriend energy. You probably
Right.
grabbing her car door, or if not, you gonna grab the front door for her. You're gonna make sure that you sit with your back turned away from the or turned away from the door so you can see the entrance. You probably gonna pay for it. You still gonna show that chivalrous boyfriend energy without hitting the broad. And then she may call you next day, hey, can you help me move my apartment? I need to fix this couch. I need to move this heavy couch. You giving her boyfriend energy and you ain't even hitting the broad. What is she doing for you besides, hey, this was how my day was? She ain't giving you nothing. Can you really get advice from a woman about your life as a grown man? Hell no.
No.
Exactly. So there's no benefit that you get from a man. Nothing. She ain't raising your
No.
children. She's not cooking for you. She ain't cleaning for you. She's not adding any value into your life outside of you giving yourself to her. So that everything that this woman could do as a so-called friend, a male friend would be better. And at the end of the day, there's nothing that she's doing that's not that she's giving in return to you that would equal it out, that would cancel it out. Because you could if anybody want to argue, well, she can get advice to him, well, he can give advice to her. Everything that y'all benefit from as far as friendships cancel out. But the difference still is male and female biological dynamics. You still got to protect her, and to an extent, you might have to provide too, and you might have to do the heavy lifting whenever she needed. It's a lose-lose situation, money.
No, I agree with you 100%. And I just think where I respectfully disagree with you a little bit. I just
Well,
think
that's not
there are certain
100%. That's not agreeing.
okay, 98%. I just think there are some situations sometimes where it can be like super platonic.
Yeah, if they gay, if somebody
Under
gay.
certain circumstances though.
Yeah, if somebody's gay, I agree.
Nah, but yeah, I rock with you and I agree with you, dog.
All right.
I just didn't know that you didn't believe in the platonic stuff at all.
Yeah, it's weak. I just mentioned why. Can you give me a tangible benefit that you get from having a female friend that won't cancel out?
No, and no,
There
I
we go.
agree with you.
Yeah, there we go. All right.
All right, and you have a good one, bro.
Likewise, appreciate you coming up.
Yep.
You got to turn the music down in the background.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear it?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, so I've been with my girlfriend for about 2 years. She's from India, so she does things a bit differently. We have our own place, but she said when we're actually married, her parents want to move in with us.
No.
And to be honest, I don't know if that's okay or if that's normal.
It's not okay. Absolutely not. No.
Okay,
Yeah, absolutely.
because the apartment that we live in, it's signed in both our names. So I don't want to say no and then it just causes problems.
Well, you a man, so
But
you a man. You got to be a leader. So you got to say no. You can't conform. You're not being a leader if you gonna know, if you know something is not gonna operate correctly, but you're gonna say yes just to conform, just to agree, just to make people feel good. Then you're not being a leader. You a man. If that's your lady, you need to have your lady in check. And the problem is you. The problem ain't even the parent or the woman. The problem is you, because this is not something that you just peeped like today. This is something that you probably seen like a path of this a long time ago that you haven't vetted from day one, or that you haven't checked from day one. When you get with a woman, when you see shit like that, you gotta call it out as soon as you see that. Hey, look, I see this relationship like this. Look, when it come with me, woo, 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 you explain it so she know that you not going for it. You know what I'm saying? But you probably let it linger. You let it linger. You let it linger. You was being a yes man, and then you in a situation where you in now, where you're gonna be looked at as a bad guy, if because you haven't, you haven't set a tone up front. You gotta set a tone up front as a man. You know what I'm saying? So at the
yeah,
end of the day, it's gonna fall back on you.
yeah, because her parents are very, very old, and they don't believe in sending their parents to retirement homes and stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's not your business. I mean, as far as you taking care of them. So I mean, honestly, this is a conversation that you should have vetted a long time ago, or should have had a long time ago during that vetting process. So now you kind of stuck. But if I'm answering your question, I'll say hell no. They don't need to be moving in with you. No.
Okay. Can you speak to my girlfriend?
Can I speak to
She's
your
right next to me. Yeah.
Put her on the phone, sure.
Simran. Simran, wake up. Simran. Wake up. Wake up. Hello. Hold on 1 second.
There's no trouble. All right, you got about 3 seconds. We got to go to the next person because we ain't finna wait on your. Okay. Yeah, he dropped down. Shout out to Chanel for always coming through with the love. Chanel, thank you for the $15 donation. I appreciate you, Chanel. Much love to you, sweetie. Shout out to Chanel. Somebody said it's a part of their culture. Well, yeah, that'd prove my point even more. I mean, if that's a part of their culture, then you gotta understand what you're dealing with. You feel me? You gotta understand the type of woman that you're dealing with. If you dating outside of your ethnic group, or dating into a culture that you don't know about, you gotta understand the culture. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. What's going on?
Okay, so this is the thing with my relationship, or the relationship that I had just ended. We was together for a year. This dude seen me go through school. He seen me graduated, CNA school, med tech school. Now I'm doing nursing, the whole 9 yards. The reason why we ended is because I just felt like he wasn't where he needed to be, and I wanted him to get there badly, but it's like I can't force you to want to get there yourself. You have to want to get there. So I just felt like that, on top of me and him not seeing eye to eye when it came to certain things. Like, he wanted a pair, this dude, y'all, he wanted a pair of $800 shoes, and he wanted me to give him $400. We had just came back from a week-long vacation itinerary every single day, and he's asking about a pair of $800 shoes, which I have no problem with, but we're just two young adults starting off in life. We still getting through college. Who got $400 for a pair of $800 shoes? Just cause. I don't know. Y'all, yeah, so that's crazy. And then on top of that, he has his mother, which is a whole nother thing. That's her husband and son in one. You cannot tell her no different. And that woman has did that man so many ways wrong. But because that's his mom, he's always gonna see that woman as his first, his everything. And I get that because I have a brother as well. But it's like, to an extent, it's like when people do you but so wrong, you can only choose but to leave. You know what I'm saying? Or not even leave, but morally distance yourself for your own respect and peace. But
All right, so
my thing is like, how
okay,
do
hold on. All right, what did you do wrong?
I did when we used to get into arguments and stuff like that? Me personally, I'm the type of person where I shut down. After we get into arguments, that's it. Um, when we go back and forth over stuff, it's usually over stuff that's small, maybe to the outside person, but it's big to me. Like, okay, for instance, every single day that we went on, he will pick a day and a time. When you picking a day and a time, I'm gonna be ready by that day and no time. You're not gonna call my phone and be like, hey, yeah, I'm outside. And I'm gonna be the type of girl that be like, yeah, I need 15, 20 more minutes. Nah, I'm gonna be outside. Dude will be hours late.
So I find it funny that I simply just asked you, what did you do wrong? And in this turn that you explained what you did wrong, you went back to what he did wrong. That's not what I asked you. I asked you a simple question. What did you do wrong? And you completely said, oh, sometimes I just shut down, but he did this. This is what people do when they don't take accountability. And I knew you was going to do that, which is why I asked those questions, because 99% of women who call up to my live, when I ask that question, that's exactly what they do. Because accountability is kryptonite to y'all. I knew you were going to do that. So I'm going to ask the question again. What do you, or what did you do wrong? Because we can sit here and talk about everything that he did wrong. That's fine, but he's not here.
You know what? I like the way you speak because you speak just like my father. So, I feel like I didn't.
You
I
feel like,
wasn't
or
really
you
there.
like, or it is like you feel like like
I
is
feel
that
like
what
I
it is?
wasn't there as best as I could be because I was going through my own stuff. But at the same time, it's like I try to voice that, and it's like that wasn't really being heard. It was kind of
Okay,
like,
so
oh yeah, well you going through
for
this,
another
so it's
time
okay.
again, so you're doing the same exact thing again. I simply asked you, what did you do wrong? And instead of you explaining what you did wrong, you're reverting back to explaining what he did wrong. This is what people do when they don't know how to take accountability. You're easily predictable. This is the average modern woman mentality. This is the second
So when you
time.
say, what did
You're
you
not, you have to
do?
let me finish. This is the second time that you've done this. I literally just called out you doing it 30 seconds ago. And when I reiterated the question and I wanted to make it clear that I'm speaking on what you did wrong, you said, well, but, and you're going back into what he did wrong. You was with this man for how long?
For a little over a year.
Okay, so a little over a year. What you're not gonna sit here and tell me is that he was just this real bad person who did everything wrong, but you was with him for a year. I'm sure if he was hearing this conversation right now, he would be explaining things that you did wrong as well. So what I'm not doing is picking a side. What I'm telling you is be accountable for what you did wrong too. Your question was, how do you heal? So I could sit up here and tell you all of this, go to therapy, and what most women do. This is why it's real good for people like yourself to come and talk to somebody like me, because if you was explaining this to any woman, and I noticed in the comments, the women did exactly what women always do. Oh, he wasn't. Girl, you leave him. Girl, you deserve better. That's not giving you actual help and challenging you to be a better person. That's instilling into you to be delusional, which is why the majority of y'all are. I'm not here to hurt you, Lay. I'm not here to chastise you. I'm not here to be mean to you. I'm here to give you reality so you can have a better outcome moving forward. So let's try this again. What did you do wrong in this relationship dealing with this man? What did you do wrong? Go ahead. I'm listening.
When you say that, I have to think because it's like, it wasn't, I never cheated on him, but I do feel like I wasn't as calm as I should have been when it came to a lot of things. Like, I wasn't as understanding.
Okay, go into more detail.
So, when he would come to me about his issues, I dismissed them because of the simple fact that when I came to him about my issues, they were dismissed. So
Okay.
I feel like
So you're doing the same exact thing. You've done this 3 times in a row. This is literally like I've never seen it done this many times. Usually y'all get it after the second time. You're doing the same exact thing again.
Oh, what Patty Cake said, yeah, tit for tat. That's basically what it is. The tit for tat. That's what I
But I'm
did.
not asking you
And
about what he did. I'm
no,
asking
I'm
you
saying
about
that's
what
what
you
I
did.
did.
But why do you have to explain what he did to explain what you did? If someone was to ask me, yo, Aunt, in this relationship you was dealing with this girl for 2 years, what happened? What did you do wrong, Aunt? Well, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I was rude. Sometimes I was arrogant. I didn't want to listen to what she had to say sometimes. I don't have to say, well, she made me did this, or well, she did this, so I did this. Like again, y'all women don't like to take accountability for nothing. You don't have to mention somebody else's faults to mention your own faults. This is stuff that's instilled from y'all from when y'all was little children, little girls. Y'all don't have to be held accountable for anything. This is why when Dr. Shahrazad Ali said this perfectly. Most she said black women, but I don't think it's specific to black women. It's specific to most modern American women in general. Y'all are like little children. This is the
And I don't
third or
like that
fourth time I'm
mindset as
telling you
black
this.
women because I try not to be in that stereotype when it comes to black women.
No,
I
no,
try
I
to
didn't say
speak
black
for
women.
all
I'm
women.
saying I said it's not specific to black women. This is women all across America. The average modern day mentality is like this. Y'all don't take accountability, and even when mentioning your own faults, y'all have to mention somebody else's faults first. You already went into detail when we initially started speaking about how bad he was and the money and he wasn't where he wanted him to be and this and that and financially. Okay, cool, we got that. Now, what did Lay do wrong? And in the turn, 4 times I've asked you, 3 or 4 times I've asked you, what did you do wrong in this relationship? And what led up to, how you could be better. You just can't do it. You have to mention him. You have to mention what somebody else did. Why is it so hard for you to like just answer my question? Like we've been sitting here for like 5-10 minutes answering the same exact question. It still hasn't been answered.
All right, so maybe that's when my problem starts at first. Is I
Yeah.
gotta make my own wrongdoings. Okay.
The problem starts with accountability, and I'm almost certain that if you're doing it with me and you don't know me, I'm almost certain that this logic also was, or this behavior was displayed when you was with him. Again, I ain't taking his side. Any nigga that's not being financially smart shouldn't be in a relationship, right? That's stuff that's gonna affect not only himself but his woman as well. I'm not negating that, but he not here, and I'm not respectfully like I'm not your female friends. I'm not the friend group. I'm not the TikTok that is algorithm that's based to make you feel like you don't do anything wrong and you're a pretty princess. Over here, you got to be accountable. So I'm simply asking you what you did wrong and you can't answer my question. And that's real telling for a grown adult.
Okay. All right. Well, do you want me to start again, or y'all just want somebody else to go?
I mean, it's on
Because
you.
y'all trying to eat me up in the comment section. I don't want
You don't
nobody
need
for
to be
like.
focused on the comments. You should be focused on simply just answering my question. And I mean, you wanted to come up, you requested up, so I'm giving you the opportunity. So I will hope that that's what you would want to do. You would want to explain it.
Okay. So I would get loud. I wouldn't like want to listen when it came to certain things. Um, I didn't give him his like. I didn't give him the time to like actually correct stuff. I would like just be like, forget it, I'm gonna do it. So yeah, I guess what he said basically toxicity. And by the time I realized what was happening, the relationship was like already gone.
Okay, cool. Appreciate that. So that means that there's always two sides to a story. That's his side, your side, and the truth. I'm not saying that you lying. I'm just saying that there's two sides to a story. So what we can't do in a situation where you was with a man for over a year and just be like, well, I left him because he did this, he did this, he did this, he did this. Okay, what did you do? And then you couldn't answer. So I'm glad that you was able to be an adult and be accountable and be responsible and say, you know what, this is what I did too. So the point that I'm making is that's where the true healing come from. Like it's easy to go into a relationship because your initial question was about how do you heal. It's easy to go into a relationship at the end of it and then be like, all right, well, he did this to me, he did this to me, or he did this and I didn't like this. So I need to heal from the fact that we broke up. No. You need to heal from not only that, sure, that may have hurt you, that may have made you feel away, but you also need to heal from your bad behaviors because this is what happens. Like what you end up doing is you end up everything that you did that could have been wrong, you start to justify it. Well, he did me wrong, so everything that I did, well, it must have just made sense because he cheated on me, he lied to me, he did whatever. So everything that I did was whatever. And you take those same behaviors into the next man, and that's how trauma comes from. That's where the trauma comes from. And you don't even know where it comes from. It's because you wasn't fully being accountable. And I had to realize this when I was young. And I ain't gonna say I'm still young, but I had to realize this when I was younger, like, you know what I'm saying, early 20s. These the women that done lied to me and did me wrong. And it's easy for me to be like, man, fuck that bitch, man, yeah. But I had to realize, well, why were they lying to me? Why did this woman not be honest with me in this situation? It was because of things that I did too that led up to that point. So I gotta not only heal from the fact that I was lied to, because that hurt, but I gotta also change my own behavior to make it sure that it doesn't happen again in the future. That's true accountability. So don't do the thing that a lot of people do, women specifically. Oh, I just was dealing with the wrong person. No, motherfucker, that's the person you was dealing with. So you ain't no different from him. People usually deal with each other. So it's bigger than just, it's not me, it's him. It's always two sides to a situation. All I wanted you to do was be accountable. So those things that you mentioned, those are things you need to work on. Those are things that you need to fix. You need to, like how you listening right now, you giving me the opportunity to explain myself, and I gave you the opportunity to do that as well. That's good. You need to take that to your next relationship. But you have to heal from the pain that he caused you and the pain that you caused to add on to it as well. Because you ain't perfect. And that's the only thing I want you to do. That's how you heal.
Thank
That's how
you, because this is
get
my
better.
this is my first real relationship. Like I am in, like I'm 20, so this is like my first like actual like real relationship. Because I don't think that like high school is real. Shoot, maybe even your early 20s might not be real, but it is something that I can take going into my next relationships and being like, okay, I learned this from my past relationship. I ain't like the way that went, so let me try to take a different approach.
That's the whole point. Absolutely. Yeah. Fixing yourself and maybe seeing certain red flags in the person that you dealt with before and say, you know what, I dealt with that before, I don't want to deal with that. But I know that when I dealt with that, I did this. Let me not operate in this way too. It's always two sides to the story.
But yeah, but thank you. Next person.
Appreciate you coming up. Good luck to you. Hold on real quick, y'all. But repeat what I said. Accountability is like kryptonite for people in general, but it's more so embedded in modern women. And again, I can give an example. Even if a woman put her hands on me, I've never had a woman put her hands on me in my life, right? But if a woman was to ever put her hands on me, I would ponder after the fact and say, what made this woman feel as though it was okay to do that? Like, what was I displaying for her to feel like, April, what's going on with you, sweetie? What was I displaying to make her feel like I'm the type of dude that you could put your hands on and like be okay with? You feel me? Or like think that like this is something that's warranted. You know, that's not justifying what she did. It's not to say it's my fault that she did it, but it's to say it's terrible that that person did. You shouldn't ever put your hands on nobody. But it's to say like what made this 5'5", 135-pound woman think it was okay to throw a left hook at me? Like what, huh? You know what I'm saying? Like that's, you know what I'm saying? So you got to reevaluate yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to reevaluate yourself and say it's wrong that that person did that. They're terrible and they're not a good person. It's never justified, but it is to say that was it something that I was doing that led this person to believe that it was okay for them to do that to me, and I was just gonna just like, you know what I'm saying? That's where the true accountability come from, because you start to look at yourself and say, excuse me, not that it's your fault, but you start to look at yourself and say, did I add on to it? Was it a level of behavior or a level of, you know what I'm saying, like leadership as a man, I'm gonna say leadership that I displayed that wasn't good enough that led to that coming about. You know what I'm saying? So, that's the way I look at things. And you got to look at that way toward, you got to look at that way towards a lot of it. But most people don't do that because it's accountability is like kryptonite for most motherfuckers. They can't look in the mirror and realize that they were an accessory to the situation. You know, that's the real issue the motherfuckers got. There's three categories that men put women in. Category one is sex only. You're gonna get hit and sent home. You're not gonna stay over. You'd be lucky if you stay over. And it's just gonna be sex, like it's booty call, basically. Two is the one that women usually get into, which is the situationship. You dealing with the dude for a period of time, y'all having sex. It's moving like a relationship, but y'all actually are never officially together. And then number three is obviously you become a girlfriend. The relationship is clearly that y'all are together. And we know which category we're gonna put you in from day one. But the issue is you can only go down, you don't go up. That's the problem. And that's where most men, because men are liars, they not honest with women when they say that, when we like speak about like where we at or where you at. You can only go down, you cannot go up. You don't go from 1 to 3, you don't go from 2 to 3. You only go from 3 to 2 to 3 to 1 to 2 to 1. You only go down. You know, so men know very early on, as soon as we talk to you, as soon as we see you, the first conversation from day one, we know what category we're going to put you in. And if you, the next question is going to be, well, Aunt, how do you know, what category that you in? Like, how do you decipher the categories? Well, men know which category to put you in based on your presentation. The easiest thing that we could tell is your presentation. But unfortunately, when I speak on presentation, a lot of women say controlling, narcissism, narcissism, DL energy, small energy, broken energy. You can't handle a bad energy. So a lot of times y'all shame the very same things that men are going to base your value on as far as longevity. So when I say presentation, that means the people that you hang with, that means the way that you dress, that means your hairstyle, that means excessive makeup, that means excessive piercings, that means excessive tattoos, places that you go, drinking, smoking, stuff that you put into your body, the stuff that you say, the way that you operate in your everyday routine and what you do on an everyday basis. Men know just off your presentation where we gonna deal with you and how we evaluating you. But again, when I mention those things, like I said, women say that it's insecure and controlling. So you never can understand, well, damn, why do dudes just want to, well, maybe having your bent over on your profile picture on social media ain't the thing that's gonna make men see not. Maybe being half naked and, having your titties hanging out in an outfit with real tight clothes on because you want sexual attention from men ain't the way to go about presenting yourself as a lady online. You have a couple goofy niggas that'll go for women like that, but do those relationships typically last? They don't really last. And a lot of times the women don't even respect. And a man that's easily moved by that, the same way he easily moved by you being hypersexual, he gonna be easily moved by the next woman being hypersexual. So ladies, your presentation is exactly the type of woman that those men that you like go for, which is not rare. It's very common to see that type of. So what you should do is you should put yourself in a light that's not seen like that. And you got to know that your man has a level of value where he won't be so easily moved off of a woman offering herself to him being hypersexual online. And shout out to my guy Montez who mentioned this, man. Yo, social media is your ID card. And the reason why I'm saying social media so much is because it's 2026. Most people do not meet, and from a relationship standpoint, through the traditional sense of being in person. Most people, most relationships, most marriages, people that y'all meet from online, whether that be Instagram, whether that be TikTok, Twitter, any social media app or a dating app. You know what I'm saying? And so, and then you ain't gonna find nobody valuable in no club or no bar. So most of the time you meeting people online first. That initial conversation is online, and then y'all may, move it over to in person. Y'all go on a date, or y'all see each other, whatever it may be. So ladies, your presentation is very important. What you present is very important. So make sure that you understand that men are looking at you and are gonna see what you present and they're gonna deal with you accordingly. But this the difference though, ladies. Men are liars. They will sleep with you, knowing they don't want to be with you, and waste your time. This is why y'all get confused. This is why y'all never understand like what's man's true intentions. Because he'll buy you the flowers. He'll take you on dates. He'll talk to you on the phone. He'll tell you everything that you need to hear. He'll let you do whatever. But eventually, you're going to start to realize that it's just. I don't think women realize how hard it is for men to have sex. Y'all think a lot of dudes is having sex. They really not. Most men don't have consistent sex. Most men have to struggle to get sex. They have to go out of their way to get sex, which is why lying is the easier thing to do. I will argue like 85 to 90% of men do not get consistent sex. So yeah, the 6'2" dark skin you like, yeah, he get. Yeah, light skin with the tattoos that's a play for the Panthers. Yeah, he got bit. But look at most of the dudes that hit you up, ladies. Most of them you don't even respond to. That's the average man. So with that being the case, most of those men are going to do what's easy. Let me tell you what you want to hear so that I can eventually. And if that means I got to deal with you for a year, 6 months, 2 years to keep you around so I can keep getting some consistent pussy, I'm going to do that until I find a woman that's better than you, or until I come across, or until I realize the fact that I'm just done with you. You know what I'm saying? Or until you realize that I'm never taking you seriously. That's usually how these things go. So I'm telling women the blueprint on how men operate. so y'all can understand male nature, because y'all are not taught male nature when y'all are young. Women are usually taught what to expect from a man. Y'all are not taught what a man is going to expect out of you. And that's why the confusion comes when you get older, because you can't realize why dudes just want to fuck you. So I'm giving you all the game and giving you all the blueprint on male nature and how most men operate in the dating market in 2026. And it ain't nothing new. It's just we got the internet now, so you can hear people talk about it. So I'm just giving y'all ladies some games so y'all can understand. And I say the same exact to my motherfucking daughter when I eventually have one, if I eventually have a daughter. I'm gonna give my daughter the game when she young. I'm not about to wait until she 22 and then 6 bodies in like most of y'all and then be like, okay, this is how men are. Now you supposed to realize that when you young before you even get with men. You know? But that's just me. What's going
Hello.
on? What's going on?
Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, I can.
So I heard you talking about like, the categories or whatever, what men put the 3 categories and stuff. And I've been talking to this guy for almost 3 months. The first time we started, because we're long distance, he lives in a whole different state than I do, and he lives like over 10 hours from me. The first time we started talking, within like 10 days of us talking, he came out to see me and spent like 5 days with me before going back. And he told me that he wanted to officially ask me to be his girl, and I never questioned like the time that he was planning to do that. We didn't have sex, we didn't do anything. Like, it's been all types of good communication and everything, but he still hasn't like gave me that official answer. And I'm wondering like if he is waiting until we have sex or if he's waiting to see me again. Like, I don't know what's the hold up.
Wait, I thought you said, I might have heard you incorrectly. I thought you just said that he did say he wanted that. What about the official relationship? I might have heard you incorrectly.
No, I said that he came out to see me like when we first started talking and stuff.
Yeah.
He did say he wanted a relationship and stuff, but he
Mhm.
didn't make it official. He didn't
Okay.
make it
All right.
official.
So how many times have y'all seen each other?
Well, we only seen each other once.
Okay, so that's probably why. You got to understand with the long distance thing, y'all, I mean, y'all been talking 3 months, but y'all only seen each other one time, even though it was 5 days. But at the end of the day, it's not been a consistent time that y'all been seeing each other. So that's gonna make that that likelihood of y'all being together a lot longer. It's basically it's gonna make the time longer. I'm trying to think of the word that I'm looking for, but I can't get off the top of the tip of my tongue. But it's gonna make it longer for the fact that y'all not together yet. So I think that you shouldn't rush it. But I think it's a conversation that y'all need to have. But you should ask him, like, what is he like as far as like y'all getting together? Is there? Do you feel like we on that track, or do you feel like do we need to see each
Yeah,
other
I
more? Like
did.
whatever it is. Prolong is the
Yeah,
word I
I
was
did.
looking for. Thank you, Rock. I didn't mean to cut you off simply. Prolong was the word I was looking for. I don't know why I couldn't think of the fucking word. Go ahead, my fault.
I was gonna say, yeah, I did ask him about that, and again, he did tell me the same thing that he said when we first started talking. He is looking for a real relationship. He's not looking for somebody to vibe with or nothing like that. Like I said, like communication is consistent. We are always on calls. We text throughout the
What's
day,
up?
and we are planning to see each other soon after the 4th of July. So
When y'all
yeah,
see each
I
other, are
just
y'all like like staying together, like sleeping in the same bed, or are y'all just in the same city?
So the first time that he came out to come see me, I went over to his hotel. We watched movies, we
Okay.
ate, but again, like we didn't do anything. Like we spent time together all while he was here. But I'm just thinking in the back of my head, like maybe he is waiting for sex, but I don't want to like have sex with
Well,
a
a man
guy.
doesn't cuff a woman for sex, so I hope you know that. We don't be with you just like we're not gonna take you seriously because you gave us sex or didn't give us sex, or if the sex was whatever, as long as it don't smell bad down there. But men don't cuff women because of sex. If that was the case, every woman that we slept with, we would be with. We don't cuff you because of sex. We cuff you based on your behavior outside of the bedroom. We cuff you based on your behavior outside of us. So that shouldn't be the thing that you even thinking about. It's sex. If you don't want to sleep with him, I mean, you well within your right to not give him no Gucci. But I mean, I'll tell you this: most men ain't gonna want to wait too long. But I mean, if you saying that the communication is still good and y'all still been locked in and it's still been a consistent thing, I think you should keep going. And I mean, 3 months, but y'all only seen each other what
Once.
one time. That's not that's not that much of a connection, at least not in person. So I think you need to just keep going with the relationship and just keep rocking out. That's what I think you need to do. Let me ask you this though. Has he ever asked you any questions about your history as far as a woman, like how you grew up, past relationship? Has he ever asked you any of those type of questions at all?
Um, so he shared his personal like life with
No, no, no,
me, and he
you. No, no,
has
no, no,
asked
no.
me.
I'm asking, has he asked you about your own personal life and stuff like that?
Yeah, he has asked me about my personal life as far as like how I grew up or if my dad was in my life or not.
That's
But
good.
that's as much as he shares more than he asks, to be honest. But those are the two things that he did ask.
Okay, that's good that he asked you about your father, because men usually ask those type of questions if they seeing some type of longevity there. Now, let me ask you this though: has he been territorial at all? Like, has he asked questions about your female friends? Maybe you said you was going somewhere. Has he questioned you about maybe where you was going or what you gonna be wearing or anything like that? Has he ever done that?
I would say I didn't see much of a territorial side to him, but he does stress a lot about like the certain friends that he does not want me to hang around
That's
and
territorial.
stuff like that.
That's territorial. That's another example of it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not, he doesn't do it often. But yeah.
Okay, well, that's a green flag that he's asking about certain things and he's worried about the friends that you're around. Men don't give a about your friends if we don't see you for long term. So that's a good sign. Now, I'm not saying he want to be your husband. I'm not saying that. I'm not telling you what's going on in his brain. I'm just looking at, basically the things that you're telling me and I'm making a conclusion based on, the stuff that you're telling me. Y'all been consistently talking. There's been no real issues. It don't seem like, and he's asked you certain questions, but the thing is y'all have only seen each other one time and it's been 3 months. I mean, I can't tell you what's going on in his brain, but I would lean more towards the fact that he probably do want to be serious. And it's a good thing that he asking about your friends like that. And you should listen to him. You should listen to him. If he has a suggestion and say, hey, look, this woman that's around you is not good. A man is supposed to be a leader. And a leader is not always he tall and pay for stuff and he can beat everybody up. That's not what comes with leadership only. Leadership is also making sure that the woman that's next to him is operating on code to what he sees as his program. So if he sees a woman around you is not a good woman that you need to have around you, you should probably take heed to what he's saying. So,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna tell you this too: the next time you see him, make him a meal, cook, be of a asset to
Service.
him, and cooking and cleaning should come before sucking and.
Mhm.
So there you go.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck to you, and I appreciate you coming up. What's going on?
Peace, King. I was just hopping on to give you your flowers, bruh. I know you not even in your 30s yet, huh?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you mature for your age and you're ahead of the game, and there's not many like you. So keep doing your shit, bro. We appreciate you.
I appreciate that, family. Much respect to you. Much love to you for that.
Yes, sir.
For sure. Shout out to him, man. Much love to you, bro. Excuse me. Not the middle finger. I ain't even peep I did that. My fault. She talking about not the middle finger being the number one. I ain't even peep I did that. My fault. I ain't even peep that. What's going on?
Hey, and
How you
I
doing?
just came up here. I don't need no advice. I just came up here to tell you I like your content. You be giving out good, advice. And like you just were talking about the money and the women and all that stuff. Women do ask for a lot and they don't bring it to the table. You ain't never lied about that part. So yeah, I really ain't want no advice. I just came on here to tell you I like your content and I will continue, to share your stuff and support your stuff. And that's it.
Thank you.
Keep doing your
Thank you. Is it Kalia? Kayla? Kalia?
Yes, ma'am. Kalia, you got it right the first time.
Kalia.
At least you got it right. People always say that, like, your name Kayla? No, it's
Okay.
Kalia.
For sure.
Yep, you got it right.
Well, I appreciate you coming up. Much love to you. Respect.
All right. Thank you.
For sure. Shout out to her. Thank you for the support. What's going on? Danielle?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. What's going on?
Hi, good afternoon.
Likewise.
I just have a few questions. So I've been married for 10 years.
Respectfully, there is a rule that we have: no smoke alarm beeps on my live. You can't have a profile picture that's not yourself, and your smoke alarm cannot be beeping. Everybody knows that's my rule. Your smoke alarm is beeping. I can't bring you up here to talk respectfully. Work on, because you ain't where you need to be.
Oh. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. So how does it not make sense? You said I should not be worried about a woman cheating on me if I'm really him. So obviously
Yep.
that has a
Well, hold on.
hold on.
Uh-huh.
That has a
No, my
threshold.
dog was barking.
Oh, okay. That has a threshold
Go ahead.
and levels to it, correct?
Correct.
So that means that there's levels of high things I shouldn't be worried about and low things I shouldn't be worried about, right?
Correct.
So if you're saying that I'm really him, I shouldn't have to worry. If I'm really him, I shouldn't have to worry about a woman cheating on me. Then I should be okay with my woman going and having fun with her ex because I don't have to worry about her cheating.
That's not what I said.
I didn't say that's
said
what you
if
said.
you
I didn't say that's what you said.
Okay.
I'm giving you an example because your logic has to apply across the board. So if you say if you a man and you're really him, whatever that means, you shouldn't have to worry about a woman cheating on you. So by your logic, anything that she does will be acceptable because I'm just supposed to not worry about her cheating on me because I'm him. So I'm taking your logic and taking it to the extreme, of course. But I'm seeing if your logic is going to apply with that extreme. But your logic is not going to apply with that extreme. So your logic is not.
No. What I'm saying is you are basing dating a whole genre of women based on her career because they have a high probability of cheating.
Exactly.
That's what you're saying. Yes.
You're saying that that's
and
incorrect.
I'm saying it. I'm sorry.
So you're saying that that's incorrect. That's wrong. I guess
I'm
that's
saying
something that you should
what I'm saying is if you really him, you shouldn't decide that I'm not going to date this entire group of women because the probability that they might cheat.
Okay, so let's use your logic across the board, even when it comes to a man. Is there a career path that a man would have that you wouldn't talk to because there's a probably high likelihood that he would cheat?
I think 80% of all men cheat.
That's not what I asked
Because
you.
men
I didn't ask you that question. I asked you about a job
but men
description.
and women are not the same.
You're right, men and women are not the same. So that would prove my
Okay.
point even more. So I'm asking you the
No, it
question
wouldn't.
again. I'm asking you the question again. Is there a job career path or a career path that a man would choose that you will not deal with because it's a high chance of him cheating?
Yes.
So are you so then
But I also said men and women are not the same.
but cheating can but we're talking about cheating. Cheating across the board is the same. It's wrong. Cheating is not a good thing that you should do.
Correct.
So
But
then
men
what
and
would be the
women are
difference?
not the same.
As far
Men
as
and
what?
women are not this. I'm gonna give you an example. Would you take a woman back for cheating on you?
No, I would not.
Most women do.
We're not,
Why?
but that's not the argument. The argument is about cheating.
Correct. And I'm saying men and women are not the same.
I understand women and men and women are not the same. The argument,
Okay.
are you not, maybe you're doing a lot in the background, so you're not following what I'm saying. Do you know that you're moving the argument somewhere else that has nothing to do with the topic that we're talking about? Because there are men who take women back for cheating. So that it would cancel out on both ends. That's not an argument that you just gave. It would cancel out on both ends. Whether a woman took a man back or didn't, or if a man took a woman back and didn't. That thing would cancel out. So that's not an argument.
What I'm saying, I'm gonna go back to the beginning. The beginning is you are saying you are not gonna date an entire group of women.
I would not date a stripper. No, I wouldn't date a stripper.
Well, you said nurses. You said nurses. You
It
said
doesn't matter.
Go ahead.
The logic is not about the job, what the job is. The logic is what this job that this woman does, something I wouldn't date. That's the logic. So it doesn't matter what job field it is. You're saying that it's wrong to not date an entire group of women based on their career path. So whether the career path was nursing, whether it was being a stripper, whether she was a prostitute, whether she was selling a sex worker in Vegas, it doesn't matter because I'm saying that I wouldn't date a woman like that. You're saying that that's wrong because if I'm really him, I shouldn't be worried about that. So what you're saying is if I'm him, but if I'm dating a woman that is a sex worker, I shouldn't be worried about her cheating on me because I'm not really him.
I'm saying no. That's totally different. If
No,
you-
it's not
you shouldn't
different.
date-
The issue, the
shouldn't
logic
date a
is
sex
not
worker
the logic
because
is not staying with you. You're falling away from the logic. The logic
No.
is the job. There's the career path. So it don't matter what the career path is, whether she was a teacher or a stripper, whether she was a nurse or a veterinarian. The career path don't matter. You said that it's something wrong with not dating a woman who has a career path because if I'm really him, I shouldn't be worried about her career path and the likelihood of her cheating on me. So I'm giving you a career path that is that's still within your logic. So a sex worker, like a stripper, would still be within your logic.
Correct.
So
It's still
okay
within
then.
my
So
logic.
okay
But
then.
is it
So am
because
I
you think she
wrong?
would
Answer the
cheat,
question.
or
No,
is
no,
it
no.
because
Hold
she
on.
takes off her clothes?
It's because she takes off her clothes. It's because it's morally, I don't think it's morally okay. And it's because she has men that she actively has to deal with outside of me that would be a higher chance of her getting into a situation where she would commit infidelity and cheat because she literally has to sell
Okay.
her body to make money.
And I understand that. That's very much understandable. So apply that to
So that
nursing.
means you don't believe what you say then.
No, apply that to nursing.
That means you don't believe what you say. I can apply it to nursing. When you have to work a long job for hours throughout the day, because a nurse is not a 9 to 5 job. Usually nurses have to work around the clock, or sometimes they work on call. But usually nurses have to work long hours. So in those long hours where you're not really allowed to be on your phone, you have a lot of intimate dealings with other male nurses or doctors or other men in the work field, and you deal with those men every single day. And it's something that's a little bit more, it's an intimate setting. And again, the stats you don't have to listen to me. The stats prove what I'm saying. Do you know the career path that women who are most likely to commit infidelity are in? Do you know?
It's actually stay-at-home wives.
It's no, it's not. It's nurses. It's not stay-at-home wives. It's nurses.
Okay.
It's nurses.
Okay.
So I mean, what do the stats say? So if the stats literally tell me, if the stats tell me that nursing is the #1 career path that women commit the most infidelity in, I'm not him if I don't want to deal with a woman that's a nurse.
I just don't believe all nurses cheat.
I didn't say all nurses cheat. Who said anything about all nurses? Now you're moving the goalposts and being illogical. I never said all anything. It's about probability and likelihood. You could be a stripper and not necessarily cheat, but the likelihood of you cheating is going to go up because that woman is a stripper.
Yeah, to the people, yes, I am a nurse. The people keep asking.
So
yes, I am.
you're taking it from an emotional place, which is typical with most women. I didn't say
No,
you
I'm
cheat.
taking it personally, not
That's
emotionally.
emotional.
Personally.
Taking it personally
No, no.
would mean that would be the same thing. You emotionally taking it. You're taking it from an emotional place because it correlates to you. Your job description that you're in, your women like yourself who are in that job description have a higher probability of cheating than any other woman. That's the truth.
Okay.
Sorry to tell
If you say so.
It's not if I say so. It's the truth. It's fact. It's not if I say so. I'm not saying so. It's not something I just made up. This is actual proof. There's studies to prove all of it.
Okay. Okay.
So tell me where I'm incorrect at. Tell me where I'm wrong at.
I mean, I just know I know a lot of nurses. I've been a travel nurse for a long time. I worked in the field 11 years.
So what?
I don't cheat.
I didn't say you.
And-
This is the problem
No,
with
I'm
women.
just-
This is the
And a
problem with
lot
y'all
of
women.
and the most of the
Y'all
women I
have
know
no.
do not cheat.
Y'all can't get out of your own emotions. I'm not talking about you. Nobody said Stephanie. Remove yourself from the equation. If somebody says black men have a higher chance of committing a crime than other men in America, does that mean that I'm a black man that's gonna commit a crime? No, but black men have a higher chance of committing crime. Now, there's reasons for that, like systematic and people living in poverty and things like that. But I don't have to take that personally because it's true. It's true.
Okay. Okay.
Black men don't make the same amount of money compared to if the white man, Asian man, or other races of men. I think we only go past Hispanic men, and that might not even be true. Does that mean that I have to take it personally? The truth is the truth. Now, there's reasons for that, but at the end of the day, it's still facts. Black men don't make as much money as white men. That doesn't mean, well, that's not true because I'm a black man and I make 6 figures, which I do. That doesn't mean that like it applies to me though. It's speaking from a likelihood and probability perspective. So because you're overly emotional, you don't know how to take yourself out of the equation. The stats is the truth is the truth, Stephanie. Female nurses have the highest chance of cheating of any other career path that women choose. Sorry to tell you.
If you say so.
Why do you keep saying if I say so? It's true.
Because you're the one saying it.
Because it's stats to prove it. Would you like me to look it up and show you?
If you want to, if you would like.
I mean, are you saying that you disagree with it?
I don't agree with it.
Okay, so are you saying that you don't agree with the study and the stats that prove it, right? Sounds like she dropped down. Or she's about to because she swiped out of the app. Women are delusional, bro. This is why they don't need to be voting. All right, let's see. Let's pull this up for y'all. Yeah, she can't uphold her own talking point. That's why she swiped out.
No, I swiped out to look it up. Hello?
Okay. And what did you look it up and what did it say? Oh, we're waiting, Stephanie. We're waiting.
Can you hear me? You can't hear me?
No, when you swipe out, we can't hear you.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. No, it said finance and healthcare.
So that would be the medical field. Who are the majority of women in healthcare?
Yes.
What job?
Nurses. Yes.
Okay,
Nurses and doctors is what it said.
So then what are you disagreeing with?
I guess I'm not disagreeing with anything.
So you just up here to just babble and talk just to be you just the need to be right.
No, I'm just don't.
And you're right. It does say that. It says number 1 is medicine and healthcare. Number 2 is education. Number 3 is finance. Number 4 is social work. Number 5 is retail. Number 6 is IT.
I just think people gonna cheat if they want to cheat. It has nothing to do with what they do for a living.
Well, it actually does have things to do with their living because what you do for a living can lead you to being more likely to cheat. So it does have a factor of what you do for a living. But yeah, there are outliers where a woman could be a nurse and not cheat. We're speaking on probability. Nobody said all nurses cheat. You said that. You trying to push that. I ain't say none of that.
Right. So that sounds like a generalization and average. Would you consider yourself to be an average person?
What sounds like a generalization and average?
That statistic. That's a generalization, right?
No, it's not.
Wouldn't that be considered a generalization?
No, you don't know what a generalization is. What is a generalization?
It's a generalized statement. To cheat. Isn't that like a generalized statement?
No, general doesn't mean all. General means most likely. So you don't know what general means. General means above 50. No, you're not correct. All in general.
What you just said when
Stephanie,
I said correct.
listen to me because you're not following what I'm saying. General and all are not the same thing. All means an absolute. All of us will die one day. That's not a general statement. But some people, most people are going to die around the age of 80. That's a general statement because the life expectancy is around 80 years old. Do you understand the difference?
Yes.
Okay, then. So when someone says that that nurses have the highest probability of cheating, that doesn't mean all nurses cheat, or does that mean that the generalization of nurses cheat, meaning at least 50% of nurses cheat? It means that they have the higher probability to cheat in this career path.
I hear you.
So do you understand what I'm saying, or are you just saying that because you're losing me? The logic is
No,
not. I don't know if the logic is saying what
I understand what you're saying.
What am I
I
saying?
understand what you're saying.
What am I saying?
You're saying that nurses have a higher probability of cheating because they work long hours, they're around doctors, high earning men, et cetera, et cetera. They're stressed out. So she has a higher probability of cheating.
Comparative to other.
That's what you're saying.
Comparative to
other career fields.
Yeah. Now, does that mean that in general nurses cheat, or does that mean that all nurses cheat? No,
it doesn't.
It means that they're just it's more prone to because of the career field that they're in. There you go.
Okay. I understand.
Thank you. You see, ladies, what happens when you be quiet and listen? And it's crazy though, because women, like, no disrespect to her, but like women who talk like that and think like that, they have these same arguments when they argue with their man. And they man be 100% right and they be 100% wrong, and they'll still argue back and forth with the nigga. And it'll be a whole argument, and they get to talking to their female friends, and girl, and the female friends be like, girl, you know he ain't. And they be generally thinking that they be right. He don't let me listen. No, you're just wrong. It's not about I'm not listening to you. You're incorrect, and you think you're correct because you won't be quiet. This is how what y'all just saw right there, y'all, is what a lot of men have to go through. Now, I'm not saying all men be right. Hell no. Because you got to add that caveat. You trying to say all men always right? No, nobody said that. But what you just saw right there is an example, and no disrespect to her, but how she probably has dealt with or conversations that she's had with men that she's been in a situation with. And it's just the arguing back and forth and the combativeness, and you're wrong. You're not correct, and you're still arguing while being wrong. And in their head, they genuinely believe that they're right, and they're just not right. They're incorrect. Logically, factually, statistically wrong. And they just argue back and forth about shit for all day. It's crazy to me. It's wild to me that so many women operate like that, man. This is why I say all the time, men need to be leading. Women don't need to lead. Well, I don't need to vote. Shout out to G-Day with the $10 donation. I appreciate you. We're going to call it after that, though, y'all. We're going to call it after that. That's the end of the line right there. And we ain't even really getting no donos for real. Oh, G-Day, you sent another 10. I appreciate you, brother. Shout out to G-Day with the $20, actually, not just the 10. But we're going to go ahead and just get on off of that, y'all. And it's fucked up, too, because Stephanie actually fine, but delusional. Anyway, I appreciate y'all coming through, though, man. We're going to go ahead and get off. I appreciate y'all coming through to the live. Generally speaking, this generation of men don't talk like this. I agree with you. Appreciate y'all coming through to the live. Most men are delusional as well. Appreciate y'all coming through the live. Thank y'all for supporting the content. We didn't get that many donuts today, but regardless, I appreciate y'all coming through. Shout out to y'all. Jokes aside, go to my YouTube. We just passed 51,000 subscribers. We're on the way to get 100K. I just got on here. They weren't showing a little LB, so I got to call it. I've been on here for like 2.5 hours. But go to my YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's 430 y'all in here. Everybody that don't know, I do not post content on TikTok. So when y'all see content on here, it is not being posted by me. I don't post no content on TikTok. All the content that y'all see on here is fully and strictly from people posting my. If you want to book a private consultation because you don't want your business out there relationship wise, go to hit the link in my bio and you can donate to not donate. Why am I saying donate? You can book a session with me personally. You got to download the app though. The app is called Connected. Link in the bio will take you there. You can download the app and you can book a session. And again, like I said, go to subscribe to my YouTube and that's it. This the only account that I got. I got a backup page, but my backup page ain't nothing on there. This the main account that I got. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Y'all have a great rest of y'all day. And when you come back on, probably tomorrow. I don't know. But I'll see y'all though, man. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Bye. Patreon got the full live. I'll post this on Patreon. I'll post it on Patreon. So just be on the lookout for that. Appreciate y'all. Boy. Hey, LB just saved y'all and Carmen. LB just saved y'all and Carmen. I was literally I done hit the button. I was literally about to hit the end out button. You luck, boy. LB with the $100 donation. Y'all lucky. And Carmen with the $10. Now, LB, I love you, girl. Thank you so much. And Carmen with the $10 donation. Y'all lucky as hell. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all lucky. I made about the skin of your teeth. I was about to hit that button. I was ready to get off. Elmer is crazy. This is Elmer. LB. Just say L. Shout out to LB with the $100 donation. LB, I appreciate you. I'll stay on a little bit longer. And thank Carmen too. Carmen sent $10. Shout out to Carmen with the donation as well. Y'all lucky. I'm about to get off. Y'all lucky as hell. How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Somebody told me to request up because of what I commented and said that my man is about to leave me because he says I get in my own way.
Okay. Why did
He's a very progressional person. He's worked on his stuff a lot. He feel like he just feels as though I'm smart enough and intelligent enough to want more and to grow from certain things that have enabled me throughout my life, and that I'm a procrastinator and I don't do it. And before, he's setting himself up to the best wife and the best mother of his children because he has none. And he just felt like I'm not I am a procrastinator. I can't take accountability. I haven't recognized this amount of peace in my life. So my nervous system is like digesting it. But if I say that to him, he'll say, thanks. Like, it's not about, I understand it, but you have to do it for you. If you do it for me, it won't matter as much. You know, it's just weird. He said, I don't recognize my self-worth. I don't, you know, I'm sure he's right. I know he's right, but it's scary. It's very scary.
What's scary though? What's scary?
The accountability of having to change certain things. When you've been through certain things.
I think it's even more
trauma.
I think
like certain trauma.
I think it's even more scary.
He is. Yo.
Well, I think it's even more scary of being stuck where you at and not wanting to change, because that
right. That's what he was saying.
Yeah, so
it is though. No, seriously, he makes me.
Hold on, wait,
wait.
Fly, hold on. Are you reading the comments while we talking? You gotta focus on me, sweetie. You reading the comments and I'm in the middle of talking. Just focus on me. The comments is the comments, but we and you having a combo, you being in the comments is not gonna help.
All right.
Not listening to what I'm saying. But respectfully, but yeah, I think it's even worse if you kind of stay exactly where you at mentally. So I think the best thing for you to do is, if that's your man and he want to see you be better, then take heed to his word. He not telling you nothing that's gonna hurt you or harm you. He only telling you things to bring you to righteousness. That's what a man supposed to do.
Absolutely. And it's weird because I know I'm contradicting myself, but I will follow him blind. I'm just afraid of the outcome.
So that, I mean, sure, but you have no outcome right now.
Right.
So the best thing to do is follow whatever he's telling you. I mean, what is it exactly? Is it like working on your I don't know, your mental control, your emotions?
Yes. It's really about. See, the thing is he loved me as I am, but he feel like, I'm gonna be real with y'all, because I'm gonna be real with y'all. He feel like, although I'm well proportioned, he feel like, hey, I lack self-esteem because of my weight. Because these are the things that these are the things that I discussed with him. These are not things that he has pointed out. So his problem is, it's not a problem, but it can be to a default. His thing is, if you tell him something and he loves and cares about you enough, he's then going to want you to work through those things. Exactly. And he's going to, yeah,
exactly. That's what he's supposed to do. So I think it's great that he mentioned that, because I always mention this with women when they come on my live and they be like, oh, I lost a lot of weight, or what should I do as a big girl? And I always say, like, you don't lose weight for the man, you lose weight, number one, for yourself, because your health. I've never seen an obese 70-year-old.
Right.
There aren't none. Most people that are obese, like morbidly obese, or they just big, they're gonna die around 40, 50. They're gonna start having those health ailments, and then by the time they in their mid late 50s, they're not gonna live long. You know what I'm saying? They be lucky to hit 60. I've never seen an obese 70-year-old. So your focus needs to be your health, so you can live long, so you can be there for your children and grandchildren if you
right.
have some or want some. And for you to just feel better. Again, we still ain't even mentioned a man yet. For you to feel better, you feel more comfortable, you wear different type of clothes, you feel more free, you want to do more things, you can run, and you can, like, going to the gym is like the best form of therapy, in my opinion. I think it's better than actually going to talk to somebody, because you get to really get all that stuff out of you. You know what I'm saying? So that can be your safe haven. It's where you finally can feel free. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, well, you get to look good for your man. Your man can continue to be attractive to you, and not to get too vulgar, but sex is better when people are in shape. Sex is better like that. So I think that that should be something that you should focus on. Like, start off with your diet. Your diet is the main thing. You need to do things with your diet, making sure that you're at a caloric deficit. You can still eat foods that you like. You just need to have a little.
Ew, you sound just like him. I didn't mean to say ill in a bad way. It just was crazy.
Well, that's a good thing. I mean, he probably saying something that's right. Make sure that you at a caloric deficit. Start off with your diet. 90% of somebody being in and out of shape is their diet. It's not going to the gym. You can not go to the gym and eat right and lose weight and have a six-pack. Real. You may not pack on a lot of muscle, but you could be in shape as a person who don't go to the gym if you just
right.
Eat right.
And it's really only like, he say it all the time, like, it's not that you need to be like super small. Like, I wouldn't advise you to lose more than 50 pounds. And we've been together, y'all, for a year and a half, and he just brought this up. He said, 50 pounds, and you talk about it consistently and haven't stayed or did anything consistently for over a year now. Like, and but you still keep talking about it.
And that's
Like,
the
how
worst
do you
part
think that
about
makes
it.
me feel?
That's the worst part though, because anybody that
Right.
talk about what they're gonna do and then don't do it, that makes it worse. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I think that this is the conversation that you need to have. You needed to. I'm glad you came up here, and I appreciate you being honest. I appreciate you being open and public about it. But it's 257 people in here, so they all hearing you say this. That is like you. I mean, I'm a probably. It's gonna go on my YouTube channel, not your face or your name, but it's gonna go on my YouTube channel. The conversation.
Mhm.
People gonna hear this, so like lock in. Like, what's stopping you? What's stopping you? Nothing is stopping you but yourself. Lock in.
Nothing but me, y'all. It's nothing but me. Not even the people around me. Like,
Yeah.
everybody encourages me. I have a good flock of people.
Yeah.
It's at this point where sometimes I sit back and I look like, damn, I'm the damaged crop. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in
That's
general.
good though. That's the accountability. That's where you could change. So right there, you said you're afraid of change. That's right there is the start of change. Realizing that maybe I'm a problem and then do things differently. So focus on your health. Health is wealth. It's that simple. Listen to your man.
Yeah, because I think after it was, and he's afraid that like, I think he gets upset because he finds me being insecure without reasoning, and I don't have any reason, and I don't. So he know it's a lack of self-esteem and self-love. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he doesn't want that to cause us to break up over nothing. Like, you know?
Yeah. So listen to him. Go ahead. You
Yeah.
know the path you got to do. You just got to implement. And nobody gonna stop you but you. And what you don't want is to get too old and then be like, I wish I coulda, I shoulda, I woulda.
Right.
You don't want to speak from past tense. You want to speak in present tense. I did, I do. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's important.
Right. Absolutely.
So that's it.
Thank y'all.
You're welcome. And good luck
This
to
is a
you.
good step for me. I do not share things with people.
Well, we glad you did.
But thank y'all. Thank y'all for being nice in the comments too.
For sure. For sure. Good luck to you, and I wish you the best. Good luck to her. Lock in and go today. Wherever you at, you can go to the gym right now. Go for a walk. Walk for 5,000 steps. That seems like a lot. It's not a lot. Walk for 5,000 steps. Listen to your music. Go walk. Listen to a podcast. Go walk. Like, just go walk. Walk and burn a lot of calories. Just go walk. Walk for an hour. Like, go walk up and down the street for an hour. You know what I'm saying? Go do that. I do weighted vest walks all the time. I do all the time. Go walk. That's it. 100%. What's up?
Hey, real quick, there was something that she said about the she just not sure about falling or whatever it was. So I just want to say for everyone in here, as men, we don't even know. Like, we have a plan, but we don't even have a guarantee with our plans that are going to work out.
Yeah.
All we have is just the opportunity to see where it goes. And if it pops or, if it succeeds, great. If it doesn't, we're not going to sit around crying about, well, this didn't work out, so I'm going to just, call it quits and then sit on my ass all day. No, if you want to take a ride with us and join the journey, that's great and all, but we don't have a for sure answer to everything. Like he did say yesterday, we don't have the answers to everything. We don't. We can only go off of what we think we know and what we possibly experience, what we experience and what we are ready to experience of the unknown. And that's just the journey of being a man. If you're willing to go ahead and take those unknown adventures and hope the best comes out of the situation, okay, let's do it. But if you're not, then, hey, don't hold them back, but, show some support. But that's just what it comes down to. We don't know for sure if things are going to work out in our favor as well. But all we can do is attempt to make the effort and try. That's it.
100%. Appreciate you, Montez. Shout out to my guy, Montez.
What's good?
What's going on?
What's good? I just wanted to come up here and ask your opinion on this. Building, should a man wait until he's established to start dating, or is that something you can do while you are still building? Given that this man is financially stable in terms of 3 to 6 months of savings already.
If you find a good woman, yes. If you find a good woman, and I said a good woman, not a regular look. If you find a good woman that you know is gonna lock in with you for that time, Haitian, then yeah. But if you know that the broad ain't, wait until you get time and wait till you get your together. Wait. It's better for you to wait. But if you find a good woman, sure.
All right. And when you say about find one, if I just happen to come, say I'm in the grocery store, say if I come across one, or is this while you actively dating and courting different people?
Well, I would hope that as a man, you wouldn't be actively dating too many women if you don't got your together. You know what I'm saying? Because it's nothing but it ain't gonna do nothing but bring you down. It's gonna be a distraction. Not saying that you can't date, you know what I'm saying? Even when I ain't have it, I was still date women here and there, but I wasn't too pressed though. Like I knew like it's a time that I gotta build up, I gotta get my shit together. So for me, you know, or if not for me, but for anybody, I should say, as a man, if you find a good woman, a really good woman that you know is gonna be down for you during that time, for sure, grow with her and build with her. But if you ain't really, if you questioning that shit, wait till you get to where you need to be, because then you'll have to pick it up later.
All right, I want to make sure I wasn't, because I only said that because my mom said I was getting too fixating on career stuff, you know, because last year, and this, I know
Why
it's
you
just not
listening to your
counseling thing,
mama?
but
No disrespect to you.
I'm not.
No,
No.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You got it. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish your
Yeah. And as I was explaining to her, because last year, you know, I was financially bad, so I stayed down, built up 6 months of, you know, savings, and now she says an excuse. I say I'm still not dating because I want to make sure I'm where I want to be. I want to be more established in my career field.
How old are you?
I'm old. I'm 27, fam.
You 27. Why are you listening to your mama about women? Your mama's, no disrespect to your mother. I'm sure she's a great woman. Your mama gonna be delusional when it come to women, bro. I don't listen to my mother about women. Your mother doesn't know what she's talking about. My mama don't know what she's talking about. You don't listen to your mom about women. Your mother don't know what the hell she's talking about.
Yeah, girl.
Bro, no. You 27. You're not even in your prime yet. When do you think, let me ask you this. When do you think a man's prime is, bro?
30, 35 in that range.
Mid-30s, bro. Mid-30s is a man's prime. Early to mid-30s. And it can last as long as you want if you keep yourself together and shit. It could drop off. And just because you in that age group don't mean you a top-tier man. But that's what your 20s is for. Your 20s is for building yourself up. So by the time you 32, 34, you able to have to pick of the litter. Because you can not only date women your age, but you could also date women that's in their 20s. You know what I'm saying? So you 27, bro. You ain't even in your prime yet. I ain't even in my prime yet. We both in our 20s, bro. You got plenty of time, man. Don't listen to your mama. Your mama don't know what she's talking about. No disrespect to her, by the way, but your mama don't know what she's talking about.
No, that's a fact. Speaking real. No, that's
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. You got plenty of time, bro. I appreciate you coming up and good luck to you. You got plenty of time, my nigga. And you got plenty of time, bro. Your mama being your mama. That's what she's supposed to do. Your mama gone, you know, but nah, bro. What's up, Sky? How you doing?
Hey, and I'm doing good. Congratulations on 50K.
Appreciate that. Thank you, Sky. Thank you for that. What's going on?
All right, so I wanted to play devil's advocate for a minute. So my question is...
Of course you do. I'm listening. What's going on?
My question is, you want black women or like your wife to wear natural afro hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think a lot of us were kind of surprised, shocked to hear that you only want them to have afro hair, because most men, you know, they like to brag and say, "Oh yeah, my woman, she has natural long, natural hair," but they're okay with her straightening it. So I guess my question is, if you don't want black women to use any tools such as like a blow dryer or a straightener to alter her natural hair, should black men uphold the same standard, meaning no hair cutting, no shaping tools, no black spray, the white homicide chalk lineups, none of that? So,
well, I think you're making a false equivalency now. As far as let me finish. As far as the black spray, as far as the white chalk, as far as anything that's not natural, oh, for sure. Getting a haircut is not changing your hairstyle or texture. That's you getting a haircut. If a black woman cut her hair, that's not the same thing. Now, if I went and got a perm like I was Prince in the 80s, that would be an issue. Yeah. But trying to compare me getting a fade or me getting waves, because I'm not following. You got to let me finish though, Scott. You're not letting me finish at any point.
Okay.
If I'm getting waves, if I have waves, you can see some of my waves at the top. If I have waves or if I get a fade, that's not the racial, that's not a racial category style, or that's not the style of any racial category outside of my own. That's a specific style that Black American men created, which is the waves and the fades. That's why you see Mexican dudes get their hair cut in a fade. That's not their natural hairstyle. You know what I'm saying? They get fades because Black American men did it. So what you're speaking on is a false equivalency. But when you talk about the black spray and the chalk and all that, oh, I'm with you for that. Yeah, you shouldn't do none of that.
That was me just
like a Jerry curl. Remember the Jerry curl back in the day?
I don't agree with perms. I'm not saying that. I know it doesn't exactly correlate, but what I'm saying is you still feel like you look more presentable with your hair cut down. So what if we said we don't want you to cut
down? Hold on. What do you mean cut down? What do you mean?
Using tools, like using clippers.
Who said I look more presentable with that?
No. I'm saying that's what most guys would prefer. What if we wanted you to wear your afro?
Not
What if
necessarily. You have plenty of men who have locks. I would argue probably like 40 to 50% of black men have locks. They have dreads or locks, whatever you want to call it. Or they have an afro. They have the little natural pattern where they take the little thing and they naturally put their natural, like the naps in it. They do it with the little thing to add more into their natural hairstyle. Because no white
Yeah, but
person's hair does that. No Latin
yeah,
person's hair
no,
does that. So that's still
I
a natural hairstyle.
I get it, but what I'm saying is this, and most of the women in the comments can agree. Shrinkage is real when it comes to us. When we wash our hair, literally our hair could be 12 inches or longer. When you wash it, you can literally end up with 3 inches of hair. So shrinkage is real. So if you don't want
So
her to
what's
blow dry it or straighten it, it's not like she's trying to be a white woman. I wear wigs personally, but I have natural hair. I have a picture on my profile of me with natural hair. I'm not running away from my natural hair.
Let
But
me
what I'm
ask you
saying,
this. If I go to your profile, am I going to see more pictures with your natural hair or more pictures with your unnatural hair?
probably my unnatural hair,
Not
but I'm
probably. You know exactly it's going to be your unnatural hair. And
well,
that proves
yeah, but
that's
you know
my
what?
point.
But Aunt, it's not about self-hate. It's
It
about
is about
convenience.
self-hate. It's 100%
No, it's
about
not.
self-hate. If black Americans were never colonized in America, will black women in America wear an unnatural hairstyle on their head?
That's true.
Exactly.
That's
So
true.
it's self-hate. It's a indoctrination of generational self-hate that we have endured for years and years. So that's not to say that it didn't like there's not a reason why black women wear their hairstyles. There was a time where your natural hairstyle wasn't even accepted. It's still not accepted in other places. That's why the Crown Act had to be enacted in America because
And
black
that's
women were not
fine.
allowed to wear their natural hairstyle. I'm not negating any of that. I'm not negating the history behind why it got to that point. What I'm saying is that it's still not something that should still be today because we have the history and the knowledge. So, with that being the case, I'm always going to speak for what black women to wear their
Unless you're a
natural
bit of a
hair.
lag.
Whether it's, you said what?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, did you hear me? You said something while I was talking. I didn't know if you. Hello? Hello? Somebody said,
Hello?
I'm glitching. He frozen.
Yeah, you did freeze. I didn't hear a lot
Y'all
of
can't
what
hear
you
me?
said. We can now.
Can y'all hear me now, chat? Let me make sure the chat can hear me. Hold on. Because I don't know why it froze. I'm good now. All right. What was the last thing you heard me say? Because I don't even remember.
Just a lot about indoctrination, but
Yeah,
I
let
think for
me
a lot
make
of
that
us,
point though, because that was a good point. If you didn't hear me, I want to make sure I make that point.
yeah. Mhm.
I'm not saying that I don't understand the history behind why black women have the issues that they have with when it comes to their own hair. I understand the history behind it. I'm not bashing y'all. I'm not talking down. I'm not saying y'all ain't shit. I didn't say none of that. What I'm saying is because I understand this, we need to get out of that mentality. Black women need to wear their natural hair. And you trying to compare it to a black man getting a haircut or a fade is not the same thing. I have no issue with braids. I have no issue with women putting the braid extensions in her hair. Why? Because it's still a natural hairstyle correlated with our racial category and group. Even though it's not your natural hair, it's a natural hairstyle. That's not the same as if you was to get a perm and get the bust down, even though your natural hair may be at the top, but it's still extensions. That's not your natural hairstyle or texture. That's what I'm speaking of. So yeah, it would be incorrect. I don't fuck with it. The same way I didn't fuck with black men in the 90s wearing Jerry curls in the 80s when they used to put the silk whatever that was in their hair. That is stupid. It's still an indoctrination that we have to get out of. So what about
Yeah.
that is, I mean, what are you saying that is wrong about that?
No, I mean, I just was surprised to hear you say that you don't even want her to straighten it because to get a comb through
No, I
it,
don't.
like imagine you have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. If you have like really kinky hair, you can't just get a comb and just do it so easy,
There's
like put
other
it in a style
hairstyles
so
that you can
easily.
have on your head. You don't have to have one hairstyle on your head. I don't know. There's more natural hairstyles than just afros. Where did you hear me say only an afro? I never said only an afro. I never said that at all.
Well, you seemed kind of hesitant when they were asking, did you want a woman that has locks? So I
No, I
couldn't
didn't
tell.
have. No, I'm not. That's my favorite hairstyle on a woman. What are you talking about? I was never. That's a lie that you just made up in your own head. You
Hold on,
just
hold on.
lied. Stop.
Mm,
Stop.
I'm
You
not trying to lie
literally
on you.
just stop. You're literally lying. You just said that I was hesitant. Anybody that knows my lives and watches my content knows that my favorite hairstyle on a black woman is locks or braids. Everybody know that about me. So the fact that you just try to say I hesitated is a complete lie. I didn't hesitate on nothing. If somebody asks me, how do you feel about braids or locks? I love braids and locks. Everybody knows that's my favorite hairstyle on a black woman. So what would I hesitate? You just lied. I didn't hesitate about anything. You just lied.
Well, my bad. It's just when the lady asked, it seemed like you were kind of like taking longer to explain.
What did I do?
Well,
Explain what I did.
I don't remember exactly.
So
I'm
you're
not-
lying.
and I'm
You're
not-
lying. You're
I'm
not being.
gonna
You're
talk
being.
to you,
You're
but
lying.
gonna
You're
call
not
me
being
a liar.
truthful.
No, I didn't. Maybe I misunderstood.
No, you didn't
but
misunderstand anything. You want to push a narrative that I somehow have an issue with black women specifically, which is why you came up here and talk about black men and our hairstyle. You want to push a narrative that I don't like black women or I have an issue with your hair.
I never. So now you're lying on me.
No, I'm not lying on you at all. I'm going after the way that you're responding and the things that you're saying. You don't have nothing to say about my response or anything that I said because I'm very deliberate and I'm very, very to the point with what I say. And it ain't nothing to be misunderstood about what I said. You wanted to come up here to try to make some weird correlation about black men's hair to black women's hair, to talk about style and texture, to say that it's a comparison to a man getting a fade or getting a haircut is a comparison of a black woman getting her natural hair style and texture completely changed. That's not the same at all. I made it clear then, I made it clear every day, and I'm gonna make it clear now. Whether it's braids, whether it's an afro, whether it's locks, that's a natural hair style correlated to our racial category and group because our hair naturally grows to the sun. I never said anything that I just wanted an afro. You said that when you came up here. I never said that I just liked afros. I said natural hairstyle, whether that be locks, braids, or whatever it is. So don't come up here and try to push no narrative or try to twist and manipulate anything because I ain't make nothing unclear at all. I make everything real clear to the point of what I say. So I'm gonna take it offensively. I'm gonna take that to personal because you're not being honest. You're not being truthful whatsoever. I don't have no issue with black women. You could try again though. You can go ahead and get your take, but y'all women coming up here trying to push a narrative that ain't true. Y'all ain't gonna fly on my live. I know y'all like to lie on black men all the time. Not over here. Not with me. Go ahead. You gotta unmute your mic.
Yeah, and like I said, I'll drop down, but I wasn't coming up here to push a narrative. I wouldn't have been watching you as long as I've been watching you if I was coming up here to say that you have something against black women. I was just saying I didn't understand why the straightening of the hair is a problem. We do it for convenience, just so that we can,
You do it because you hate your hairstyle. That's why.
Oh no, I don't.
Yes,
I
you
don't,
do.
because my hair. No, I don't.
You
I don't
hate
at all.
yourself. You hate your hairstyle. That's what.
Oh,
You're
no.
indoctrinated, and you've
So
been
you're not gonna
indoctrinated
tell
for a
me
very
that.
long time. You hate your hairstyle. You don't look.
No, I
pretty.
don't.
Most of women like yourself think that your most beautiful state is putting another
That's not
hair
true. And
texture
you know what?
style
Since she
on your
just said
face.
that,
I
I
can look
think
at
I'm gonna
your. I
make.
can
I
look
think
at your.
I'm gonna
Y'all can
make
look
a
at your
post.
profile. Your
Okay,
profile
I'm gonna
proves my
make a
point.
post. I'm gonna make a post with my natural curly
Good,
hair.
you
to let
should, and
know
I would
it's not an
and I would
issue.
applaud you for doing it.
All
You
right.
should make sure that you keep the same energy across the board because your page
Okay.
now, you even said that the majority of your page is not natural. So maybe
Yeah.
you should take this conversation and listen to it and say, you know what, he's right. I need to start embracing my natural hairstyle and make that be your normal, not on an occasion just because somebody said it to prove a point. Because if it was really the true thing, you wouldn't have to prove no point because it already was understood and got to be explained.
Okay. Make sure you check me out. Leave a comment.
Unless you trying to come to the crib, ain't nothing to check out. But I appreciate you coming up. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. What's on your mind?
Okay, so let me hurry up before a bunch of people get in here, child. So, real quick question. I want to ask you, from your perspective, your opinion, why do you think that the men I've like ran into recently, and when I say recently, I'd say like after my relationship that I got into, which is like in 2024 when I finished, why do the men I've ran into lately want to just be sexual? I'm not understanding. I don't give off that vibe at all. At least I don't feel like I do. But hey, I don't know. Mind you, these men that I've met, it'll be like in person or something. So it's never like social media. They don't see that till, after or whatever. And most of it is like my Instagram. But I don't know. I'm not getting it. Now, these aren't men that I would want to marry per se either. However, just at least having the option to be like, okay, is this somebody I want to like seriously date, take serious? Having that option is nice, even though I would probably not seriously date them, just being able to have that option to get to know who they are as a man first,
Well, you want me to tell you my take on your presentation?
Yeah, because it's your opinion. So, yeah.
It's just my opinion. You're right. Lose the lashes. That's number one.
Okay.
Lose the sex worker, stripper girl, prostitution lashes. You need to lose those. The next thing I would say is, from looking at your page, you say you don't present yourself in that way, but you absolutely do. I'm looking at, the most recent video on your page is you. It's like a transformation. But let me tell you something about men, Erica. Men don't care about what you turned into, because to us, you are exactly what you used to be. So you may be a different person in your own right, but to men don't care. So if you on your page and I'm looking at this, I'm looking at the outfit that you got, this whole transformation thing that you did, that's great. But men don't care about that, because men are still going to be thinking about, well, what about this dude and this dude and this dude and this dude? Men care about your past. So that's great that you've changed. And I guess you want to put that out there, but men don't care. And you still got pictures of yourself in clothes and bikinis, and you got like your boobs hanging out. So I noticed that you said that it's in person and they see the social media after, but at the end of the day, like in person, if I sent you, to me, those lashes are a clear indicator of like sex worker, like you easily accessible. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna ask you this too. How old are you?
25, gonna be 26 in August.
Okay. Where do you usually meet men at?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't really get out much, but when I do, I'll give some examples. Like, one may be work, and I work for the county, like my local county, so it's like a government position. I'm trying to think where else. Maybe like the grocery store. I think a couple.
More in person than you do online. I would argue you probably meet more men online, seeing as though you got 3,300
The
followers.
men that reach out to me online are like not it. I don't even respond to them. It seems like I would, but I really don't. Like, and it's like usually older, grubby men. Like, I never respond to them.
Well, this is the thing though, just from the vibe that you give off to me, it gives off easily accessible. That's what I get from the way that you present. And then a lot of times it's not even necessarily like if they don't peep it up front, because it could be what you got on when they see you, but it's also things that you say. And what a woman says a lot of times destroys y'all, because y'all say certain things and you don't think it's a big deal, but men say it's a big deal. But men don't say it because they don't want to be seen as insecure and controlling and shit, so they rather just lie to y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I think that you have to understand male nature. I mean, you got to understand this too. Like, men, we want to sleep with women. We're attracted to y'all. So it's not weird that a man wants to do that. But your focus is like, well, why do they only want to do that? Or what do they see value in long term? So let me ask you this. What should a man see value in when it comes to you?
I feel like you should see value in my mind, the way I think. Also, I want to ask before I also answer that. So when a man says like, okay, let's say you have sex, whatever, and then after you may still be in communication with him, still in talks with them, but they just kind of act a little, I don't want to say weird, but it seems like where it's like, okay, at first it was like going toward a relationship standpoint.
Is that what they want?
Because it seems like, and so it's like when I kind of call them out, it's like, no, that's not what I wanted actually at all. Like, I never wanted to do that. It was very spontaneous. Woo. That's like a lie, obviously, right?
What make you think a man gonna be honest with you when it comes to that?
Right. That's what I thought.
Men tell women what they want to hear. I tell y'all this every single day. You should know, because Erica, you've been watching me for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? We tell y'all what y'all want to hear. Now, me, I'm 100. I'm gonna keep it a band. But men tell women exactly what y'all want to hear, so we can get sexual access. So of course, a dude is not gonna be like, "Oh, that's not what I wanted." That's exactly what he wanted. Most men will see you as sexual access, but not relationship access. But the sexual access goal and the relationship access goal looks the same from us to y'all. So what you need to do is you need to make sure that you present yourself right and you actually have values of what men are gonna care about. So you said your mind. What else?
My relationship with the Lord, which really isn't anybody's business, because your relationship with the Lord is personal. However, it does shape me into like the way I view certain things, my morals, values, things like that, which I guess is part of my mind, but also my spirituality. And I would say just my ability, I guess, to be able to grow something. But I feel like it hasn't gotten that far with these past couple of guys. Like, for example, if it's like a business that a man has, and me just showing like a little bit of an interest in it and how I can help him. Like, there was this one guy I kind of dealt with, which I wasn't really interested in taking him too serious, but he had a what's those businesses? Car detailing. So I do social media stuff like as for work, like corporately. And so I was like, like, let me help you. Like, I want to help you grow your business, blah, blah, blah. So what? So why are you doing
I
that?
don't understand. You literally just said you didn't plan on taking him too serious. So if you didn't plan on taking him too serious, then what was the goal of you dealing with that man?
At that time, I had went through a breakup, so it was just to experience something new
So
at that point.
to get
Not at the time. I really wasn't thinking that. It was just to be able to connect with somebody else that was not my ex. Be able to experience a different connection. But this was 2024.
You're being dishonest. You said you didn't plan on taking him too serious. So if you didn't plan on taking him too serious, we're grown adults. What other reason would you be dealing with this man outside of some obvious sexual intercourse that was eventually gonna happen? Come on, Erica.
To get romantic attention, go on dates, like have someone,
Is
a
romantic
companionship.
attention is that not sex? Is that not
Not to me, but I mean, obviously that did come along with it eventually. But
to use a man?
was I using him?
I'm asking you.
You can use somebody in like, but not in a way to where it's
Use somebody.
like, for example, hold on. Wait, hold on. For example, you use your job for money, but your job is also using you for work. So when I was dealing with this man, let me give you a backstory. This was 2020.
Backstory.
Okay, never.
You're trying to make a comparison of a job that you get, you work for because there's an equal exchange there, right? Really,
Yeah.
It's not even an equal exchange. If anything, like job, it's never an hour of your life is never worth however much they can pay you. But you're trying to compare that to like you dealing with a man. So let me ask you this: then what's the equivalent? Dates and all this other getting paid, stuff paid for, feeling like this and feeling like that. What's the equivalent that man gets out of you?
The equivalent from a man's perspective, I guess that would be sex. Is that right?
Well, why would that be sex? Is sex not something that both
I don't
parties,
know.
is sex not something that both parties enjoy?
Yeah, it is.
So then
But I
why
feel like a
would- why is that
man
just a
gets
benefit
more
for him?
gratification from it.
Who said that? Men sometimes
Me?
I don't enjoy sex. I don't enjoy every single time I have sex with a woman.
Oh,
If I like a woman, then I'll enjoy it. But just because I sleep with a woman doesn't mean that I necessarily enjoyed it. There's plenty of times where, as a woman, I'm sure you've dealt with dudes that you really enjoy sexually, and other dudes you really didn't enjoy. Sex is an equal exchange. Now, when it comes to the aftermath of sex, yeah, women have to deal with more stuff. But during the presence of the actual act of sex is an equal exchange. That's not anything where it's just him benefiting and you just sitting there like just going with the motions, like, oh, I don't want to be here. That's not that sex is two parties enjoying each other. So I'm asking what's the equivalent that he would get? Because if you claim you're not
Oh, okay. I see what you're asking. So during that period, and this man was 2024. I'll let you know I wasn't taking him serious because his past of like being in prison and stuff. I wasn't really with that, and he made it seem like he turned his life around. So I kind of was like, okay, whatever.
Why deal with him? We already established that.
Because at the time I was vulnerably stupid and just going through a breakup.
But you're not answering my question. What is the if you claiming you wasn't using him or using other men, what is the equivalent that would make that not using somebody? Because you said it's not sex and it's just you basically you said that like okay, dates and companionship and all of this and basically him buying you shit and spending time with you. What's the equivalent of what he would get that you would be offering him?
The equivalent that he would get is companionship as well. He didn't buy me anything. We just went on dates.
Dates is buying you stuff. But dates is food. You think that shit just how do you think it got paid for? You didn't pay for it.
Right.
So what do you think? Is that buying somebody food, not buying you things? Or you don't
buy me things. He didn't buy me food also. Like we went on a movie date and, kind of called it a day. Like it was very small.
Dates with an S. Dates is plural. Dates.
Yeah. So for example, it was also an event he invited me out to. There was no food involved in that. Like he didn't.
So So why did you say dates? Dates is plural, which means that you guys went on multiple dates, which means y'all spent time together. And I'm assuming that he, the man, paid for those dates, correct?
Right.
So he paid for something for you. So he bought something for you, whether that be an experience, whether that be food, whether that be whatever it is. He still paid for something that you benefited from, that he got no benefit from spending his own money.
Okay.
So what's the equivalent that man will get from your side?
Companionship. I mean, that's
cancels
something
out.
I feel like you would have to
That
ask him.
that cancels out. The thing is, the truth of the matter
Okay.
is this: if your initial point is guys are just sleeping or trying to sleep with me and they don't want nothing serious, but then in your own right, you're even saying that you've dealt with men, and you said it multiple times. You said it when you initially started speaking, and you said it when you were speaking about the situation that happened in 2024. You said that I didn't really plan on taking these guys serious, and then we're talking about that
Mhm.
dude. You said that I didn't plan on taking him serious. So it doesn't sound like an issue that you want to be serious with all of these dudes, and they just don't want to be serious with you. It sounds like you're not trying to be serious, and they're not trying to be serious, and that's what usually happens with women who don't want to be serious. They usually just get sex and they time wasted. So the issue is not the man. It seems like the issue is you, because you would be the common denominator.
Mhm.
Not to mention the other stuff that I told you about your presentation, you being half naked online in bikinis with your titties hanging out. Speaking about, no disrespect, but you're speaking about how your relationship with God, women of God don't operate in vanity and lust.
Mhm. Can you show me the photo where or whatever it is where you said I have my like, are you saying my titties are right
I
there?
can see your, yes, I can see your titties. Now this is
Okay.
this part. This is this. You have this is you right here. But it
Yeah.
switches to a video. That's one. I mean, this is another one right here. I mean, this one right here. And this is a so-called transformation, but this is you. Like, I mean, this respectfully. Hold on. The brightness is too high. Respectfully, this is you still as well. So
That's like a part of the transformation. Why are you saying that shouldn't be posted, like in a way?
what I'm telling you is men don't. Oh, she's not a whore anymore. Like
Oh,
that's
I
not
see
a
what you're
thing that we're
saying.
not gonna like. No man is gonna be like, oh, she used to be in the club, half naked, titties hanging out, stripper girl lashes, and all of this stuff. Oh, she's not like that anymore. Let me go ahead and take her seriously. That's not how men think, sweetie.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, we don't
Like
get
the
tricked.
context of it doesn't matter. It's
No,
just I
it
see
does
what you're
not matter
saying.
whatsoever. You may think that
Wow.
about yourself. Congratulations. But the world don't owe you understanding. If a dude said, this is the equivalent of a woman being with that on your page, this is the equivalent on how you would feel. If a dude said, yeah, I used to sleep with dudes back in the day, but now I've changed. That's the equivalent. The difference is you're not about to deal with no dude that slept with dudes back in the day. Men will sleep with women that mess with a bunch of dudes back in the day or operated in a hypersexual way and never tell you because they are so focused on just getting sex from you. That's the difference. We'll still deal with you even though we ain't trying to cuff you. You likely ain't gonna deal with a man that you don't want to be with. But and I guess not even you, because in your own situation, you said you've dealt with men that you didn't have no long term, you know what I'm saying, goal with. So it's kind of like a contradiction.
I see what you're saying. And I think I just want to, okay, so let me ask you this last question. Is it wrong at least wanting the option of being able to know if I'm going to take them serious or not? Because I feel like I never got to know them as a man. So that's why it's like, I can't, from what I've seen of you so far, I can't just make the decision that I want to take you serious. I don't
Well,
feel like I've made a connection with you.
When you find out that you don't want to be serious with that man, you stop dealing with him. You said that the dude was a past criminal, so which means you would have known that, and you continue to deal with him after the fact. And then you mentioned other guys too that you dealt with, even though you didn't want to be serious with them. So this is multiple times where you've dealt with men. You knew you didn't want to be serious with them, but you still dealt with them. And then in the next breath, you're saying, "Well, why do guys just want to sleep with me and they don't want to be serious?" That don't make no sense to me.
Yeah, I guess I was asking. So the reason why I would not want to take them serious is because I would not know enough about them to want to take them serious. The nigga in 2024, that's a different story. That one, hell no. But the other ones, like recently, I didn't know enough about them to want to take them serious. So when do you feel like off the bat should I?
No. You're not following. You're not following at all. You knew at a point in time dealing with this man that you did not want to be serious with him. Correct?
Like in the beginning, because I feel like I didn't know enough to be like, oh yeah, this is a man I want to date or
That's not
not.
what
Like
you
I'm
said.
gonna.
Now you moving it. When you initially started speaking, Erica, you said, I did not want to be serious with these men. It's recorded. I can play it back.
Yeah.
You said, I did not want to be serious with these men. And then you spoke about the situation in 24. You said you didn't even want to be serious with him. So if you didn't want to be serious with those dudes, but you continue to deal with them after the fact of knowing internally that you wasn't going to be serious with these dudes, that's ironic for someone claiming that men don't want to be serious with me. That's the point that I'm trying to get you to understand. So it may have been a time that you didn't know, but once you found out that you didn't, you still kept dealing with them. That's not what valuable women do.
I guess I was saying the time I did not know is in the very beginning, and then after time. Do you see what I'm saying?
But that wouldn't
The
make
very
any sense though,
beginning.
because that's with anybody. So why would you need to come out and say, yeah, I didn't want to be serious with these dudes? It would make sense with anybody that when you first start talking to somebody initially, you don't know them.
Mhm.
So you don't know if you're gonna be serious or not.
That's
But
yeah. That's kind of what I was saying. That's
but
what I
that
was
doesn't
saying.
make sense. That doesn't really, that's not usually what people do. Usually if you saying, I didn't want to be serious with this person, you're going to say, I didn't want to be serious with them. And like you found that out, but you still kept dealing with them. So why would you need to come out and say, I didn't want to be serious with these dudes? That doesn't make sense. And you, even when talking about the dude in jail, you said he was a jailbird, he was a criminal or whatever it is. He had a criminal history. You knew that and you still kept dealing with him. So when you found out he had a criminal history, you stopped dealing with him or you continue to deal with him?
I stopped dealing with him.
That's
Well,
not what you said,
I knew
though.
a little bit initially.
You're
But
not being
after I
honest.
experienced him,
You're not being honest right now. You're not
I
being
am.
honest.
But maybe because it's like a lot of stuff that has happened in my life. So I'm trying to be as clear and precise as possible. The 2024 guy, which he's really not even a factor in the conversation of what I asked about the whole why the sex stuff. That was just, I was using him as an example when you asked me what I
got
kind of
that. I
bring to
got
the
that.
table.
But we speaking about
Yeah,
the
so
other guys too.
the only reason why I brought him up, I knew initially he had a past of criminal history, but
Okay,
he
then. So
made
you
it seem
continue
like
to
he
deal with
turned
them.
his life.
You could
Yeah, he made it seem like he turned his life around, right? So I was okay with that because I'm not gonna judge anybody off of mistakes that they've made, especially if they're different. So that's why I still dealt with him. But after time dealing with him, certain stuff I was seeing, I was like, okay, I'm cool. I'm cool off this. I mean, obviously I don't deal with him now because I don't talk to him now. But his criminal history wasn't necessarily the turnoff because he seemed like he had changed. Do you see what I'm saying? He seemed like he had changed. But that's why I continue to deal with him. But obviously, after I saw certain stuff, then I was like, okay, this isn't going to work. I can't take you serious.
Respectfully, I think this conversation clearly shows why nobody wants to be serious with you. I can just see that
Why?
I'm talking to you. The stuff that you say, you not being, I don't feel like you being fully honest with me. I feel like you not being fully truthful. You trying to save yourself because you said some stuff that didn't make no sense. The way that you present, the stripper lashes, you give off. And then again, I didn't even need to notice this. What you have on here, this so-called transformation video, I didn't have to go to your page to know that this was in your past. You said you're 20. How old you said you was?
25,
You're
yeah.
25. Like that's crazy. You real young to like have all this past and all this history with all these dudes and like that's pretty young. So I didn't even need to see that to know that was going on based on your presentation, based on what you say. I see why a lot of guys probably look at you the way that they do. Even in your profile picture, that's not a modest attire that you have on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got your shirt open, your titties is out. Your titties is out for a reason. That's not modest attire. That's not what women who so-called have a. I ain't saying you got to be perfect, but that's not what women who say that they got this relationship with God. That's not what women like with Christian women. That's not what they would put out there to the world at all. Is that something that you would wear to church? Shirt up with your titties?
Definitely not.
Okay,
Definitely
then.
not.
So what do you mean when you speak about this whole Christian stuff? What are you talking about? You didn't say Christian, but you said relationship with God. That ain't what women do. Modest vanity and lust is not what those relationship with God women do, respectfully.
Right. I do agree.
So I don't think you being truthful and I don't think you standing on what you say, respectfully.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm not gonna lie, I'll take it. That's why I came up here. I'll take it. But what were you gonna say?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, so I appreciate this. Now, what's next steps? Now, I know you're not God. You can't like tell me what to do. But again, this is just your opinion, your advice. What do you think is next steps? Because obviously, I want to be a wife. I want to be a mother. That's just so moving forward in that direction. What do you think?
Well, I think the easiest thing that you could do right now is clean up your social media, and the second easiest thing that you can do is get a workout routine.
Okay.
You should be in the gym consistently. You should be changing your diet. and you should be presenting yourself like this as a young lady. And the third thing I would say is lose the stripper girl lashes. Take those lashes off your eyes because it doesn't look good at all. It never looks good when any of y'all women wear that.
Mm-hmm.
So those are three things that you could fix just easily. Now, everything else is probably going to be pertaining to the people that you hang with, the stuff that you give attention to, the things that you're intrigued by, right? The places in which you go that you probably shouldn't go no more or frequent at. All of those things should be things that you are changing. But I think that you don't need to have this video on your page, this whole transformation thing. Because if it's a true transformation, I ain't saying it ain't true. I'm sure you've probably
Right.
changed some things, but you don't have to showcase it and broadcast it on the internet. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that you're doing this, but you got a lot of these play Christians and they love to talk about Jesus and God, and it'd be a woman with a Bible verse in her bio, and all throughout her page, she twerking, drinking, smoking, half naked, tattoos and piercings. So
Right.
don't be the performative fake Christian girl, but then your everything else is completely opposite. Don't do that. Don't be performative with this
Mm-hmm.
shit. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I agree. I appreciate the constructive criticism. I'm gonna definitely I'm gonna take it back to God, maybe because obviously there's other stuff that can be done. Now, also, and I'm gonna let y'all go for real. But with the lashes, all lashes or the particularly long, because I don't wear those like long exotic ones anymore. But
I
all
will
lashes,
always tell women to embrace their natural beauty.
so no lashes. Got it. Okay, sounds good.
I appreciate you coming up. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You will. You know who you are. Thank you for the $50 donation. I appreciate you so much. She said no shout out, but thank you for the. We already at 100 right now, man. I appreciate you for the $100 donation. I appreciate that. Shout out to the people that's coming. What's going on, Sam?
Hello, how are you?
Doing good. What's on your mind?
I had came on your live maybe about a month and a half ago, and I had spoken about how I was in a relationship with a man. It's been about 4 months now, and we're still talking about the idea of exclusive. We are going towards marriage. I don't believe in dating for fun. And I had mentioned, I'm sorry, hold on. My question is about love bombing from a financial perspective. I was on the phone with him, and why you make that face already? Oh my gosh.
Because most women don't know what love bombing is, but I'm gonna let you finish your take though. I'm gonna respond to you after the fact. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Okay, so it's been 4 months, and I had mentioned how I needed to stay home because I was waiting for my replacement card from my Bank of America. I wasn't having it sent to my P.O. box. And he said, why don't you just put my Amex in your Apple Pay? It's been 4 months. Of course, there are men who believe in, showing what the future is going to be right now. Like, I'm going to take care of you. You don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. I'm just wondering, is this, should I consider this to be too much in the phase of we're not even close to the engagement part? We were freshly dating, and it's to the point where I don't, should a man want to give that much access to someone he's met 4 months ago?
I just think it's wild that even when men do right and do try to go out of his way to do something for a woman, is still challenged and seen as something could be negative behind it. I think that's wild. Would I do that? Absolutely not. I wouldn't do that. But that's my own threshold. That's my own personal way, right? Clearly, he gave you his Amex card. That's a credit card. It's a credit card, right? That's a credit card. Not a debit card. That's a credit card. So, and it's Amex. You gotta have some decent credit to use Amex. Regardless, depending on what the limit is, I don't know. But it's a credit card. So clearly he trusts you enough and he likes you enough within these 4 months that he was willing to do something like that for you. Now, will I do that? Not for a woman that I just met for 4 months. No. Maybe if it was a woman that I've been knowing for a long time, I know her character, I know I can trust her with my stuff, that maybe that'd be different. But for a woman that I've been knowing for 4 months, no, I wouldn't do that. But clearly you have that you have that leverage where he trusts you. So you should accept it. You should be happy. You should thank him for it. You should want to reciprocate it by any means necessary. You know what I'm saying? If he's willing to be there for you in that type of way, that's a really, really big gesture. So instead of you trying to find some negative connotation to it, I'm not saying it's not possible, right? But why don't you try to reciprocate it the same way that he's doing something for you or doing something like that for you? So that should be your focus. Not is this negative? Your focus should be how can I turn this positive into something positive in return for this man? That should be your question.
Okay, so how do I reciprocate? Do I just say yes and go along with it? I don't really, because that was, he spoke about how he believes in showing me how he plans to provide. I don't necessarily know how I'm supposed to show what kind of wife I will be, because we're not doing the whole dating for 7 years, playing house, and let me wait until this, that. He is a very strategic person. If I told you his lineup of education, very like what's that word? Very
Just
deliberate. So what can I do in return? Is that a thing to ask? I don't know if that's weird to ask.
It's not weird, but I just want you to think. If it's a man, you've been talking to him for 4 months. First off, I want to say this. Don't take this personally, but I think this is a major red flag in you. The fact that you've been talking to this man for 4 months and you don't know what to do for him to feel some type of way of reciprocation, tells me that you're not that invested like you think you are, or at least where I think that you should be. Because in 4 months, you should know a lot about him to know what is something that you can do to reciprocate some type of thing that he would do for you. You should know that. Now, let me ask you the second question. How many times have you cooked for this man?
Over 20 times. Like, definitely over 20 times.
Okay, do it another 20 times. Are you guys sexually active?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Are you a virgin?
I am, yes.
Okay, all right, that's good. Well, that being the case, I mean, since you've been knowing him for as long as you've known him, what is he like?
Oh, was that rhetorical, or did you want me to actually
I'm
answer
asking
you?
you, what do he like?
Okay.
You've been knowing him for 4 months, you should know.
He likes trivia. He likes to golf. He likes to travel. He has an excessive Rolex collection. His father owns a lot of cars. He's into cars, just not like as much as his father. What else is there? He loves Jeopardy. We both love Jeopardy, that kind of trivia stuff. So I know a lot. I'll be very honest with you. I was raised by a mother, not a wife. So I am lacking in that area. There's not a lot of wives in my family. If they are, they're very abused, miserable women that stay for the kids and don't want to start over. So for myself, I am learning how to be a wife. This is the conversation I've had with him early on. And I'm very adamant about explaining that I was raised by a mother, not a wife. So there could be some grace in regards to what this is going to be going forward. Of course, I know the basics of, especially within the Christian faith, of submission, him being the leader. He wants to be a provider. He's very adamant about that. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm kind of operating a little bit as a deficit.
All right, so 2 points I'm gonna make. One is a statement, one is a question. It's no excuse that you don't know how to do what you're supposed to do. Respectfully, who cares? You was raised by a mother, not a wife. Who cares? When you become an adult, it's no more excuses. I don't get to go across a woman and say, well, woman that I'm dealing with, I don't know how to be a husband, so why don't you give me grace when it comes to stuff? Because I don't know what I'm doing. No woman is going to hear that and be like, okay, well, why don't you could treat me anyway until you just figure it out. No, I don't get that excuse. So men don't get that excuse. Women don't get that excuse either. So that's number one. Number two, I'm going to say is, have you asked him how you can reciprocate it? Or have you asked him something that he would want you to do?
No.
Okay, well, I think that's a major problem. I think that's an issue. You haven't asked him. And I think asking him would answer your question. Everything don't got to be secret. Everything don't have to be you guessing. Communication is important. And if you want this man to feel appreciated, instead of you focusing on, is this man that's doing something that is really, really, really a big thing for me, or a big thing, or I guess you would think it would be the big thing for him, doing something that is a big gesture, I'm going to turn it into a negative somehow. Like, no, you should turn it into a positive and say, a man did something nice, kind, and good for me. How can I reciprocate it? And the best thing you can do is ask him. That's the best thing you can do. Now you've been cooking, that's good. Keep cooking. That you should continue to keep cooking. But the best thing you can do is ask him. And you can tell him exactly what you're telling me. You don't have to have it. It's not a secret. Communication is okay for you not to know. But if you don't know and you get to guessing and not communicating and turn it into negative, that's exactly what you're doing now. And that's what I'm trying to get you out of. So instead of thinking it that way, just simply tell him, look, babe, or whatever you call him, I really appreciate that you did that for me. That's a really big gesture. And I want to make sure that I'm able to give you the reciprocation that you need and what you're looking for to make you know that I appreciate what you did. Is there something that I can do for you to help you feel better or make your day better, or something that I can do where you know that I appreciate what you've been doing for these last months, and especially you giving me the access to something like your credit card, because that's a big, that's a big step. That's simple. A paragraph or two, you send a text message, you say it on the phone, or you say it in person, and you give an answer, and then you go from there. That's called communication. That's called being an adult.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I'll try and go from there. Okay.
You should. It's the only thing. That's the only thing that's gonna give you the answer that you're looking for. Because I mean, I'm guessing. I don't know that man. I don't know that man. So he would know more than I would as far as what he would want out of a woman that he doing stuff for. So ask him.
What I did want to ask is, I don't want to, I guess you could say, portray his trust if he were to give me my card, give his card to me. I know you said that it is not your personal actions. I mean, I'm sorry, you would not give a card to a woman you've known for 4 months. Is there like an idea of an amount that if you heard your homeboy did this and the woman spent like $20,000, would you say this is why you should not have gave the card, or do you think if it's just there to use?
Well, I think there's a woman that has the access to somebody's card. I think that's if they were to spend $20,000, especially when they don't have $20,000 to spend on their own. To me, it's very inconsiderate, because it shows a lack like it shows a lack of like care that you have. Because if somebody is willing to give you their card, they could say if somebody was to give me a card and say, hey, you can spend as much as you want. Because of the type of person I am, because I'm very considerate, because I don't like doing too much. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to go spend thousands and thousands of dollars on anything, especially if that's not important. So if you were to do that, me personally, I would think that would be very fucking inconsiderate. And if it was, you use the example, if it was one of my guys, yeah, I would tell them like, man, that woman is not a woman you need to be around, because any smart woman wouldn't want to spend that much money. Any smart woman would want to save that money, because they understand that money is hard to come by, especially when you got it. The hardest part is not getting money. The hardest part is keeping money. And that's where a lot of women, they don't pay attention to, because you ain't spending shit. Or I'm sorry, you're not working for shit, you just spending. So it's easy when you just spending it and spending it and spending it. But what a good woman is going to do, she's going to say, how can I keep this $20,000? Or how can I turn this $20,000 into $40,000 or $80,000 or whatever it may be? So that's what I would say.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Appreciate you coming up. Good luck to you. What's going on?
Hello.
What's going on?
What's some dating advice that you give to a young woman?
How old are you?
19.
What year was you born?
2006. I'm finna be 20. What you making that face for?
That's how you talk for real?
Damn, a lot of people say that. Like, yeah, that's how I talk. I mean, I can't help how I talk.
Yes, you can. What do you?
Anyways, I came up here for dating advice, not how I talk.
I know what you came up here for. That's why I just asked you a question now.
Oh, well, yeah, that's how I talk. I'm sorry if I sound, I don't know.
You sound like a dude that's a homosexual putting on a girl voice.
I sound like a dude?
You sound like a person putting on a fake girl voice.
Well, that's not me.
Okay, what's your question?
Cause it's like the advice you giving me right now. You saying I sound like a dude. I don't
That's
even
not
want to hear
advice.
your dating
That's
advice.
not. I didn't give you advice. I was making a statement. I was making an assertion based on what I hear. That's not advice.
No, that was an opinion.
Right. That's a statement can be an opinion.
Yes. Okay. Well, I have a question. I didn't ask for your opinion.
Asking a question would be me giving my opinion.
Okay. So can you give me your opinion on what you think about the question that I asked?
You said, can you give me dating advice? What? That's not. You need to be more specific than that.
Yes, like I mean, like I don't know, some like tips
On.
or
You
advice.
gotta be. You gotta
Advice.
be
That's really
specific.
the question. I really just wanted advice.
On what? You have to be specific, man.
Maybe like what's some things that I should know?
As far as in what aspect though? Like be specific because dating is a very.
Like
Hold on real quick.
okay.
When you say dating advice, that's a very vague term. That can mean anything. So I'm asking you, what specifically are you speaking on? You could be talking about how to make a man feel appreciated. You could be saying what to wear on a date. You could be asking how to make a man, how to know if a man is serious about you. How do I know what things to look out for when dealing with a man? Red flags. What are things that I can do better to be a woman? Like it's such a vague thing. So you got to be specific. You can't just say dating advice and then I'm just supposed to make it on my head in my head. That's not how this goes. Be specific.
Okay, you're right. Maybe I needed help on asking the question. So what's some advice on like to know what I'm looking for, or like what's like not to look for? What's wrong?
Well, I would have to know what you're looking for right now to know to know where your head at.
I'm looking for someone who's mature and like kind of on the same page as me.
Okay, mature and what?
I wouldn't say know what they want, cause you know I don't know what I want yet. I'm still young.
No, you're not. You're grown. You ain't young.
I'm still young.
You a
I'm
grown.
19. Come on now, like what you mean?
You a grown adult. You're not young. You a grown adult. You old enough to vote. You old enough to go to college. You old enough to pick your career path. You old enough to be. Listen to me. You old enough to be a stripper if you wanted to. So you're a grown adult, and I'm gonna hold you to that standard. We don't let men do that. I'm not letting a young man come up here and say, "I'm 19, bro. I don't know no better. I don't want to hear it." You a grown adult, and y'all grown in every single other aspect. So I'm gonna treat you like you grown. If you coming up here in a grown person's life asking a grown woman question, then I'm gonna respond to you and give a grown man answer. So you can't just use your age whenever it's beneficial to. I don't want to be held accountable. That shit don't fly like that. Not up in here.
But you gotta understand, like a 19-year-old woman versus a 30-year-old woman, they're gonna be on two different type of pages. You feel me?
I should be giving you.
I don't have enough experience
Well,
yet.
the best experience I could take, the best advice I can tell you right now is to be quiet. That's the best thing I can tell you. Be quiet and let me finish what I'm trying to say. You 19 years old. So if anybody needs to be hearing any advice that is about accountability and making the right decisions, it needs to be you. Because you're 19 and you got more to lose than a 30-year-old woman. A 30-year-old woman done been through her life. She's already 30. So she's on a down point portion of her life. You're 19. So if anybody need to hear the reality, the truth, and to be held accountable the most, it needs to be you, because you have a lot more to lose. If I was a person that was a college coach trying to recruit a player, I'm not going to recruit a 23-year-old over a 19-year-old and they're both the same skill level. I'm gonna go with the 19-year-old because he's coachable, because he's more likely to be a part of the program and a part of the system longer, and I can mold him into what I want him to be. So if anything, you need to hear this more than a woman that's 30. So that wasn't a good example, sweetheart.
Yes, that's why I came up here, because I want some advice.
Okay, so let me just tell you this. From looking at your profile picture, you don't present yourself like a young lady should. You present yourself like you sell vagina, and you're 19 years old. You present yourself like you sell. So I don't think that a 19-year-old lady should be presenting herself the way you do on social media. You present yourself
what
like a
else?
stripper.
What else?
I mean, that's the easiest thing I can say.
But I don't do that, and what makes you think I present myself like that? Oh, I thought I put that up in a little private, but shit, I mean, to put that on private. So, like, besides that post, on my other post, what would you think? I looked cute in there. I was on a little picnic. I thought I looked cute. I mean, I'm fully covered in that. That was,
You're
I
not
mean,
fully covered. You have on.
I was on the
You
body
have on.
contrast.
Yeah,
What
that's
you mean?
what a young lady shouldn't be wearing that though, because I shouldn't be able to see your whole entire body structure with your nipples showing through your shirt. You
My
shouldn't be
nipples
19
showing.
years old wearing this. This is underwear that you have as shorts out in public.
Okay, you're right about that.
What you gotta do is you gotta shut the fuck up. That's what you gotta do. You gotta shut the fuck up. All right. I'm gonna give you the opportunity to speak, but you gotta shut the fuck up because you don't know better. So everything don't gotta be a defense and a response. You gotta be quiet and let me finish what I'm trying to say. Because I don't know if your father was around, but if you was my daughter, I would never let you go out the house looking like this. And if you did, I would fucking disown you. That's me though. So I'm telling you the game because you need to hear it because you're 19, you young and impressionable. And these other boys that's around your age, they want to you and put a in your. That's all they want to do. You need to hear the truth and reality and stop listening to these delusional ass broads and these goofy niggas your age that's gonna lead you to destruction and lead you to either getting a STD or you being somebody's baby mother, or unfortunately taking the life of that child because you don't want to be responsible for opening up your legs. So I'm telling you the truth, but you got to be quiet and let me finish what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
Also, too, lose the stripper lashes. You have facial piercings. You need to lose that.
I like it though.
So then, what you asking me this question for then? Because I'm telling you what you need to hear.
I'm still trying to hear more advice besides on how I dress.
You're going down a path to be a whore.
And what I wear.
You own a path.
Like you said. Like, shouldn't you say?
I don't got to say shit else to you. The path that you're going right now, you're gonna be a whore and you're gonna be somebody's baby mother. I can't help you because you don't know how to shut the fuck up. You're gonna be a whore if you're not already one, or you're gonna be somebody's baby mother. You don't know no better right now because you're 19. But it's fucked up because there's so many young, impressionable women like yourself that follow the steps of all these older women that are 5-10 years older than you, and you follow in the path of them where you dress like them, you talk like them, you wear the stripper lashes, the fake hair, the excessive makeup, the titties out, the ass out, the nipples showing through the shirt. And then you can become somebody's baby mama, or you be just a hoe, or you just end up going through this cycle of being in your 20s and just getting hit, and then you get up to your 28, 29, 30, 31, then asking where all the good men at. Well, all the good men are gone. So I'm trying to help you, but you don't want to help yourself because you think you know every motherfucking thing. So I don't know. I think you too far gone. And I feel bad for the person that raised you. I don't even feel bad for them. I feel bad for you that you had a person raise you that didn't know what the fuck they was doing. Because if you was my daughter, I would have disowned your ass and kicked you the fuck out of my house. But that's just me. And if my son ever brought a woman like yourself home, I would kick his ass the fuck out of my house too. That's just me though. Let's go to the next person. What's going on?
Hello? Hello.
What's going on?
How you doing, my good brother? How you doing? I'm not gonna take too much of your time. I just want to say thank you for accepting my request, man. I'm a huge fan of you, and I'm gonna tell you right now, man. You was one of the most intelligent black men on this app.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Marty.
And like I said, brother, I'm not gonna take too much of your time, brother. I just want to say, I turned 38 years old last week, and I haven't had a girlfriend in 2 years. So, what advice would you give me about the current dating scene now?
Well, the first thing I would tell you is, do you have a speech impediment, or is there do you have are you do you have autism or a level of autism?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna tell you what. I've been having my stuttering problem ever since I was 10 years old, and the reason why I talk loud because I find that's the best way to say my words right.
Okay, so the best thing I would tell you is, have you ever been to like a speech class or learn how to a class that'll help you with your getting your vocabulary, like being able to pronunciate your words better or speak more articulate?
Oh, yes, sir. Let me see. I remember I took a speech class when I was in the 3rd and the 4th grade.
Okay, so I think you should do one as an adult, and you can. There's plenty out there that you can do. I think that would help you greatly. So I think you should do that, and I think that as far as you being older, I mean, well, why should a woman want to do? Let me ask you this first though. What type of woman do you want?
You know what? I just want a woman, who is supportive, who will listen to me. Who wants to support me and be home, and I'm the type that a woman don't have to be like a Beyonce or a model or an actress. I just like a woman who is nice to people, who is nice to herself, who wants a family,
Okay.
and the whole nine.
Okay. And you said you're 38.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any children?
No, I just have a godson.
Okay. Have you ever? What was your last relationship? Have you ever like been in a long-term relationship with a woman?
Oh yeah. You know what? I'm gonna tell you what. The last relationship I was in was a good 3. Let me see. It was in 22, and her name was Diamond, and man, her broke up because I was different, and of course she was different. She always, had my pockets, always asking for money. Every time I go shopping, I spend $500 or $600 on her. It was like she will always want more out of the relationship.
Okay. So you okay? So was you a trick? I mean, were you like a sugar? Was you a sugar daddy to her?
You know what? I'm gonna tell you what. When I look back on it now, man, I'm gonna tell you what. I think she saw me as a person who just take my money from me and not hand me her time.
She wasn't taking your money. You was giving your money away. That's not her fault. That's your fault. You control access to her.
Right.
Not her. So she wasn't taking your money at all.
Oh yes, sir. Oh yes, sir. I was. I figured, if I buy her all the things she wants and always take her shopping and always do what she wants, I can win her over. Man,
So
I mean,
I would
I was
be
wrong.
I would be setting you up and the next woman up if I just tell you just like, oh, get a woman. You need to fix yourself first. You don't get a woman by spending your money. If you really want to know a woman, if she really like you, she gonna want you to keep your money because she wants you to keep your money because she's thinking long term. A woman that really like a dude don't need money that's gonna make her go over, head over here. If she fuck with you, your money is supposed to be an asset to yourself, but your money is not supposed to be the main asset that's gonna attract a woman to you. A good woman wants a man to keep his money so that because she looking at him from a long-term perspective. He gonna be a man that's gonna be taking care of my kids or taking care of me, taking care of the family, taking care of the household, or she's not gonna want you spending your money on stupid. You don't keep a woman around you by
Right.
just spending money on her, bro. So you need the whole entire dynamic mentally before you start dating a woman. And you at 38, so you a little bit too old to not know better. But I think you need to watch a little bit more lives and start to take heed to the game, and then you may be better over time. But you got a lot to work on though.
Oh yes, sir. And thank you, sir. So much.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you coming up, bro.
Okay, sir.
All right. Good luck to you. I mean, it sounded like he had like a level of autism. So I was being transparent with that. Some people have different levels of autism. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing to joke about. And then tell he had like a speech issue. So I'm like, that need to be your focus before the relationship. Try to fix that and focus on that. But good luck to you though, bro. But you gotta get the game more because spending money on a broad thinking that's gonna keep her around, it ain't gonna work.
Nothing, just chilling. How are you?
I'm doing good. What's on your mind?
Okay, so I asked you a question earlier. Should you take a man back after they cheated?
Mm-mm.
And I want to know, if they're willing to change and they're changing and they're showing that they're changing, should you still leave or?
Well, if they cheated, why you leave in the first place if you just don't go back? I tell women all the time, if a man cheat, leave the first time. Because if he cheat and then you go back, you wasted your own time. You should have just stayed and just let him deal with women on the side. Be in an open relationship at that point. But closed on your end, open on his end.
I don't know. I feel like in my situation, it's a little tricky because I've been with him since I was 16. And I lost my virginity to him and everything. So I'm 21 now, and I feel like I invested 6 years of my life.
Okay. So again, my point still stands. If you was gonna leave, you should have. Since you already left, your best bet is to continue to be gone. It doesn't make sense for you leaving and then going back. So if you leave and go back, you're the real idiot.
That's true.
You might as well just let him deal with his old women on the side and just stay. That's what I advise women to do. For any woman listening to this is my advice to you. If a man cheats on you, leave the first time and never go back. And if you leave and then you go back, you're an idiot because you should have just stayed. You wasted your time, his time. You got mad and did all that for what? You might as well just stay. Let him deal with his little 1-2s on the side, and you just be the main girl. Women do it all the time.
All right. Thank you.
Welcome.
You have a nice one.
Likewise. Good luck to you. Yeah, I mean, at that point, you might as well just let the nigga cheat. So, ladies, leave the first time. If he cheat, leave. That's my advice to any woman. I don't gotta tell the men this, because the men, you already know this. You don't get tired of answering the same question. Oh, man. Oh. Oh man, that was funny as man. Yes. Yes, man. The hell yeah, nigga. Damn, man. I'm sick of this shit. Man. I'm tired of this. I'm getting the fuck off, man. Just gave me a whole life realization. Like, ain't you tired of this shit? Yes, I'm sick of this shit. Damn. Speaking of that, I'm about to get the fuck off. Y'all either gonna show some love to the live or donate, or I'm getting the hell off. We at 125 right now, and there's 344 people in here. That's y'all gotta show love to the live, man. Donate to the live, man. If y'all do want me to stay on, show love and donate to the live, man. If not, I gotta go ahead and call it. You feel me? So if y'all rocking with me, show love to the live, man. Donate to the live. I appreciate a couple people that did donate. But if y'all want me to stay on, man, y'all gotta show love. If not, I gotta go ahead and call it. That was a funny comment, whoever made that. Funny, man. Begging, damn, I'm begging by saying I'm about to get the fuck off live. That's not begging. But the only people who say that shit is people who are poor and jealous of me because I got people that donate to me. Because you wouldn't call it begging if somebody dropped an album and they wanted people to go buy their album. You wouldn't call it begging if somebody had a clothing line and wanted people to go buy from their clothing line. You wouldn't call it begging if somebody owned a restaurant and wanted people to go buy food from their restaurant. That's not begging. It's called you have a skill or a resource, whether that be entertaining, whether that be a tangible benefit, whatever it may be, and you tell people to support what you do. The only people who think that that's begging are workers. You're a worker. You're a consumer. You're not a producer. So you don't understand this side of the coin. That's why you're on a fake page with no profile picture. That's the difference between me and you. You're a consumer. You sit and watch. I do. That's the difference between me and you, little boy. Anyway, shout out to the people that support my content. Shout out to my boy Kuba with the $10 donation. Much love to you, family. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. The only like you in this watching me though. But always be a motherfucking producer. Never be a consumer unless you consuming shit that's gonna help you become a producer. Shout out to my boy G-Day, man, with the motherfucking $40 donation. Shout out to my motherfucking people. Shout out to my motherfucking folks. G-Day, thank you for the donation, family. Take that as a piece of advice for anybody that watch my content. Always be, and not even just be watching my content, but anything that you watch, always be a producer and never a consumer. And if you are being a consumer, make sure that you consuming shit that's helping you become a producer. Something that I speak on every single day. One thing about my life, you're going to be able to get some type of game and knowledge that's going to help you produce, whether that be a family, being with your ladies being with your man, all that shit. Same with my Instagram, my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel ain't just kiki kaka. No. I talk about real shit. I got intellectual property that I give out, and they help people in their everyday life. So it's that simple. Straight game. You already know that. How to donate. Anybody that do want to donate, you just got to hit the link in the bio, and it'll take you to whatever you want to donate on. I got PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. And I don't do TikTok gifts, y'all. For the people that don't know, I don't do TikTok gifts. TikTok take over 50% from all these creators. So TikTok is really a scam app that scam people that do content on here. So I only use TikTok for the algorithm. That's it. But But yeah, keep showing love to the live, man. I'll stay on this bitch, man. But y'all gotta show love though. Why don't you go on Twitch? I can't talk how I talk on here on Twitch. Twitch too sensitive, bro. Hey, no shout out, please. Love your content though. Thank you for the person that just sent that. I ain't gonna shout you out, but thank you. I appreciate you. I'm gonna still say thank you. Even when y'all be saying no shout out, I'm gonna say thank you regardless. Thank you for the $5 donation. I appreciate you. Thank y'all for the support. Shout out to Carmen. Carmen, thank you for the $10 donation. I appreciate you, Carmen. Thank you, sweetheart. Shout out to Carmen, man. Damn. Hold on. Dumb. Okay, there we go. All right.
Okay.
What's going on?
Hey, hey, Aunt. So, back to earlier a little bit. One guy, the one that I mentioned recently, not the 2024, but this, let's just call him PD, right? PD that I did it with, that said supposedly, he wasn't just trying to, have sex. I asked him, again, mind you, because we already have done it. So I'm figuring now at this point, you don't give a crap about me, so you'll be as honest as possible. I asked him just recently, past 20 minutes, did I like present myself like that to you? Tell me why. He still says, I can't say yes or no because everything is so new. Please tell me, because I just I might need to like book a session or something too, but why would or like you're saying that men will tell you whatever they want to hear, but at this point he doesn't have to, lie to me because we've already done it, so it don't matter. So what is this? I'm like very confused. I'm trying to understand everything.
He's not gonna be honest with you. He still wanna fuck. And
even though he already did?
You think because you don't want to again?
Yeah, I thought men be like one and done. That's what I thought. I know nothing about men, obviously.
I mean, see, sometimes we are, but sometimes we want to keep fucking. Why do you think situationships exist? Situationships aren't a one and done. Situationships are we want to keep, but I don't want to take it there with you.
Got it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to book a session because I got some stuff, but yeah, I'm gonna just go through your prices because this ain't gonna be solved in a one live question thing. Honestly,
I'm available when you need.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate you coming up. I don't know why y'all be thinking. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. Most men ain't gonna do that. I get pushed back because I'm honest with women. The reason why my content is so shocking to women and it's not really shocking to men, because men know the shit that I say already. Women don't know. Women don't know. That's why women are so appalled. Like, he disrespectful. No, I'm honest. I'm just telling you what the last 5 you guys who didn't tell you. But I get more pushback than the last 5 who took you. He didn't take you seriously. I get more hate than them. I ain't never play games with you. You feel me? That's crazy. But I'm saying as the bull. I'm saying as the bad guy. But keeping it 100 with the broad. I don't think your internet connection working. Alicia, here. It's just loading. So I'm gonna drop you down. You can come back up though, but it's not connected. What's going on? Okay. Melissa, is that your name?
Oh, Malicia, yeah. You can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's going on?
Okay. Basically, I just wanted to talk about how I can build back my trust again after it has got betrayed by someone that I was in a serious relationship with. So my ex, I was with him since I was 18, and we were both 18, and we had broken up like around 2 years ago, and we had got back together. We rekindled our relationship this year in January going into February. But since then, before talking about the rekindling, he had how he betrayed my trust was that he always knew that I always had these values and these morals to like for myself as a woman, that I was going to wait until marriage to have sex, and that also because I'm still a virgin, and he respected it. He said he would wait, and he told me multiple times that he loved me, and he also respected the morals and values I set for myself, and that about me being serious about my education, and that when we was done with college, that he was going to marry me. So since then, and because of that, another reason why I feel like though my trust was betrayed, because when we rekindled our relationship back in January, going back into February, he had he tried to pressure me into having sex with him, and I just was completely thrown off by that because you are somebody that I knew for years. We knew each other since we got out of high school, and for you to be someone that I was in a serious relationship with, and we got back together.
Hold on.
Wait.
What's your question? What's your question?
Well, just basically, how do I keep myself from putting that like? Cause now I feel like my trust for every man will be like just destroyed because of that. Like I do things to where I can not put that trauma where I had gained from my ex onto other men. Like not how to pass that on onto other men because he betrayed my my trust. Because
why
like
is one person making everybody else like this? Why do y'all women think like that? One person did something wrong to you, so all men now can't be trusted. That's not a logical way to go about life.
yeah, and I understand that. So like I just been trying to to learn different ways and like just no, we never had sex.
So
I'm still a virgin now, but that's the thing. Yes.
How old are you?
I'm 20. I'm finna be 21 very soon.
Okay. Go ahead, what you were saying.
Well, it was just basic because like this is someone that I known for years. We were in a serious relationship, and he would go on telling me that I was the type of woman that he would want to marry. He said plenty of times that he loved me and all that.
We got that.
So,
I'm not trying to be rude, but I don't want to turn this into a venting session. So we got that. He pressures you into trying to have sex when you thought he wanted to appreciate and you wanted to cherish your virginity. We got that. What I'm saying is, why do all men have to be accountable? Why do all men have to be accountable for what one man did to you? Like that's not a logical way to go about stuff. Like that's not what you should do.
Yeah, and you're right about that. It's just that because I be struggling with my trust, and I just feel like the trust I built up with him, it had got broken by that because he knew what my morals and my standard
I don't
was.
want you to respectfully. I'm not trying to be rude, but I don't want you to go back and keep repeating the same thing. We got that.
Okay.
What I'm focused on now is I'm trying to get you to understand that every man should not have to be accountable for what one man did to you. If a woman was to lie to me or cheat on me or do something that I don't fuck with, I'm not gonna make every woman now feel my wrath or like make every woman like I may think twice before I do things. I may be a little bit more strategic, right? I may maneuver differently. I'm gonna change the play using different strategy. But I'm not gonna hold every woman accountable and have that trauma and baggage thrown on them because of what one woman did to me.
All right. Yeah, you know what? And I completely agree with that. That's the thing I'm just trying to learn to heal from that so that I won't project that onto every man that I meet. Because, like, who's to say that every, just another man would try to, especially a man that I just met, will try to tell me everything that I want to hear just to see if he can get the main thing from me. Like, because compared to my ex, who was someone that I knew for years, compared to somebody that I'm just now gonna be dating. That's just a thing. It's just really just a trust, trying to make sure that
Okay,
I won't
I
project that onto
yeah,
everybody
but
else.
look, I'm not trying to like downplay your feelings, but
Mhm.
it ain't like, I mean, it ain't like he was it like a verbal thing? It ain't like he fucked you. Like he I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a good thing what he did, but it's like he's a man. Men are gonna have urges. Men are gonna do things, and I'm not like at the end of the day, you gotta understand this. Most men that you come across gonna want to sleep with you. Men want to have sex with women. That's not a weird thing. I don't know why women have this thing in your head where if a guy wants to have sex with me, that's weird. He's nasty. It's not weird and nasty. It's normal. Men have urges. Now, you felt like it was a boundary that he crossed by knowing that that's not something that you wanted to do, and he tried to maybe make a move on you. I get that. But sometimes men are not perfect. There's gonna be chinks in the armor. It's not like he you. It ain't like he like I don't know. He meant, what did he say? Something? Was it when y'all was in person, or was it something that he said? Was it text messages where he was just kind of like trying to convince you to do it? Was that what it was?
Yeah, it was in person. Like he was trying to like get me to do it physically. And
Okay.
I had to physically push him off of me so that he can like I had to tell him like, no, I'm not
Okay,
ready
let's
to do
stop right
that
there.
yet.
Let's stop there. So where y'all were in a situation where y'all were by yourselves, correct?
Yes.
Were y'all kissing and touching and doing things like that?
I had to say we were just, we was talking and stuff
Be
like
honest. Y'all didn't just go
that.
straight. Y'all
And
did
then
listen,
it got to
listen,
the point like
listen,
he was just,
listen. Y'all didn't just simply go from a normal conversation to him just whipping out in front of your face and standing in your face. That's probably not what happened, especially for somebody that you claim you've been knowing for 6 years. There was probably some type of foreplay going on, or some type of things that lead to sex. Kissing, touching, rubbing, cuddling, things, oh my goodness. Things like that that lead to sex. So what I'm asking you is, were those things happening in that situation? Where there's some touching, some feeling, some kissing, and things that usually lead up to sex? Was that going on in that situation? Yes or no?
Okay, yes.
Okay then. So
I
don't make
say
it
for a
seem
little
like
bit, yeah. Sometimes we'll do like a little
stop,
kissing from here and there.
Okay, I have to mute you because you don't know how to stop. Okay then. So you put yourself in a position where you were given the okay for touching, feeling, kissing, and that's usually something that's going to lead to sex. So for a woman that's a virgin, that shouldn't even be in the cards for you. There should be no, we're personal together, we rubbing and touching and feeling on each other, because you know what that leads to. So don't try to make it seem like it was just some random occurrence where y'all was just walking down the street and he was just like, see, like, come on, man. Like y'all was on FaceTime and he was just like, look, and he just whipped it out. No, it was leading up to that. Now, I get it. That's not something that you wanted to do. But what I'm telling you is take accountability for putting that man in that position and putting yourself in that position, because at the end of the day, you control access to sex. So don't blue ball him and tease him and then be like, hey, how dare you? What do you think he's going to want to do? Of course. Now, let me ask you this question too, and I will hope that you could be honest. You got to unmute your mic. And don't take nothing I'm saying personally. I'm just keep being real with you though.
Oh, I'm not.
Have y'all ever did oral sex with each other?
No.
Oh, y'all have never did any type of oral sex with him?
No. He tried to.
He tried to.
But I just wasn't ready. Like he would ask me at certain times. Since I was not letting him, have sex with me, he would try to do oral on me, and I told him, no, I'm not ready for that. Because
So
I know what it
you've
can
never
lead up
did any
to.
fellatio on him?
No.
Okay. I don't know if I believe that, but I'm gonna give you your grace and say sure. With the lead up to that, to the part that y'all was at where y'all was doing that, you made it seem like it was just some random occurrence. Y'all were already in a situation where that was kind of That's the lead up to sex. So don't be surprised. Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't put it. Don't even do that. Like, that's not his fault that he wanted to do that when you were literally given a red carpet for him to do it, and then when he tried it, you were just like, "How dare you?" Like, no, that's not the same thing. So I don't know why your trust would just be oh so broken. That's not a no. That don't really make much sense to me.
I just say the trust would it just got broken because like it's because he just know that I'm not ready.
So then, if you
for
ain't ready,
this.
then don't be kissing and touching and rubbing and feeling. Don't be doing that either. Don't be in a
But
private,
I-
intimate setting. Don't be in a private, intimate setting, kissing, touching, rubbing, and feeling. And then when he tries to take it to the next level, then you just act oh so surprised, like, "How dare you would ever? I could never thought that you would ever try to have sex with me. I know I'm kissing you and rubbing you and touching on you and feeling on you and cuddling on you and doing all this intimate stuff, but how dare you ever try to sleep with me?" Like, that's basically literally what you're doing.
Okay, wait. I just want to say this, okay? Because I didn't like. I would never just initiate like when we would do some intimate like kissing. He mostly initiated it,
That's
and
not
he
the
was
point. That's not the point.
okay.
That's not the point. The point is you were in a position where sex is usually the second part of what you did. So if you want to say that, hey, I don't like the fact that he did that, sure. I'm not disagreeing with that. What I'm telling you is you can't put yourself in a position to be doing all of that and then, expect him not to. That's the point that I'm trying to make. That's what I'm telling you.
Okay.
So you lay out
Okay.
the red carpet for that. Don't lay out the red carpet if you don't know why to walk across that. That's all I'm saying.
All right, you're right about that. It's the thing is I just about the like with the intimate stuff, I just didn't want to like come off like, oh, I'm not going to kiss you and like that because he did used to complain to me that I didn't show like I wasn't affectionate enough because I didn't want to come out to like as I was leading him, like trying to lead him on to
We got
do
that.
stuff like
Well,
that.
let me ask you this question too. Why are you waiting until after you graduate? If that was supposed to get married, why do you need to wait till after you graduate to be married?
That was just a discussion that we had because we very both of us are very career driven. Like we are both very just important on our careers because we both go to school for two hard majors.
What career are you going for?
I'm going for nursing and he was going for engineering.
Okay. How much of the household bills do you want to be responsible for in a marriage?
In a marriage, I say that probably like the smaller bills, like like if it's
No.
water
You never
bills
listen
or
to the
the
question. You have to listen to the question.
Wi-Fi.
Listen to the
Okay.
question. What percentage of bills do you want to be responsible for in a marriage?
I say probably the lower percent because
What is lower
based
percent?
off of what
Lower
we
percent can be 49%, or lower percent
just
can be
lower number. Okay,
5%.
okay.
Lower percent can be 5%. It could be 1%. It could be 20%. What percentage of it, for a third time, what percentage of the household bills do you want to be responsible for in a marriage? If it was up to you.
I say probably about like probably 30%.
Okay, 30%. Now,
Yeah, based off the conversations we had with each other.
Okay, great. Awesome. So if you only want to be responsible for 30% of the bills, you want children?
Yes.
How many children would you like to have in a perfect world?
I say my max is 4.
How many
3 to
children
4.
would you
That's
like
my
to
max.
have in a perfect world?
Oh, in a perfect world,
Sure.
still like 3.
Okay, 3. If you're pregnant, you're not going to be able to work as much, especially when you have 3 children. I'm assuming they're probably going to be all around the same age for the most part. It ain't like one going to be 18 and one going to be 1. Most people, when they have kids, they have kids around the same age. One maybe 1, one maybe 4, one maybe 5, right? That's usually how it go. So with that being the case, this whole notion of, well, I got to go and get this career because I'm just so career driven. But then you only want to be responsible for 30% of the bills. Make that make sense to me. That don't make sense to me. You can't make it make sense to me because it don't. And it's a really delusional mind state that a lot of women have. I'm going to put all this energy in my prime when I'm the most fertile, when I'm the most attractive, when I'm the most feminine, when I'm the most sought out after by men. I have a man and I want to wait till marriage and I'm young and I'm ready to be married, or I'm at the point where I can be married, but I'm gonna wait Give it some time and give it years and years and years, and then I'm gonna be married after I'm in my career and get my degree. But after I get my degree and then get my career, I want the majority to be a housewife. That doesn't make any sense to me. It's a delusional mind state to have. It don't make no sense. Anybody that's weird, you said we both also career focused, but you don't even want to be career focused even when you get into a relationship. You don't want to be career focused, you want to be family focused. You just proved it by saying you only want to be responsible for 30% of the bills. Because if somebody working a full-time job, I mean, if y'all both working a full-time job, who's gonna take care of the kids? Most people can't afford a nanny. And if that's the point, then why you wouldn't want nobody else raising your children, because that's essentially what a nanny is. They raising your kids, doing the motherly duties that you should be doing as a responsible mother. So it's a mindset that don't really make sense with a lot of women when y'all have that mentality. So what are you holding off on marriage for? You shouldn't be holding off on marriage. Especially being able to do since you was 16. You know what? Since you was 16.
Oh no, since I was 18. I'm 20.
Okay, I thought you said 16, 18. I mean, you shouldn't be holding off. You should be getting married and you should be letting it ride. Because I mean, hey, a man, he gonna have urges. He's a man. It is what it is.
Okay, yeah. That, just based on on the conversation we used to have, I was just saying that we was both agreed on that we was gonna we wanted to get married when we were both financially stable and succeed in our careers.
You don't need to be financially stable. You're a woman. You only want to be responsible for 30% of the bills. Why do you need to be financially stable? You don't want to be responsible for anything. At least the majority.
But I just what just based off what I was raised up on as growing up, that it's always good for a woman to always have her own money, because you just never know what situation.
When you get into a marriage, that's the problem with modern women. When you get into a marriage, nothing is your own. In the eyes of the Lord, in which y'all claim y'all believe in, you are one. There is no my money, your money. In a marriage, it's our money. The problem is the selfish nature of a lot of modern women, and narcissism. My car, my clothes, my house, my money, my car, my this, my that. In a marriage, it is about unity. It's about one. There is no separation no more. So that's the problem. So yeah, if you an individual, sure. But in a marriage, if your goal is marriage, like you claim it is, there is no my own. You're supposed to be interdependent. It's about being cooperative. Co-op means two.
Okay, I get where you come from. I completely understand where you're coming from.
Feminist mindset that most of y'all women learn from y'all mothers. Because your mother ain't got a man. More than likely. Your mama got a man?
Huh? Yeah, my mama's married to my dad.
Okay. Well, who raised you to think like that?
I completely say both of them did. My dad, he completely makes sure that I'm striving for my education, because he know that I've been wanting to be a nurse since I was a little girl. So this is just something I've been wanting to do.
That'd be the problem with a lot of these fathers, because they don't teach their daughters. A lot of the fathers that's in the daughters' lives, they don't teach y'all to be, wives. They teach y'all to be independent, and that's the problem too. So I ain't surprised, unfortunately.
Okay. All right. Well, I do take everything that you said into consideration, but I would just want to ask about that from the situation that happened with him, because he is an ex now. I just want to make sure that I took in whatever I could about just not portraying the trust that was broken by him onto other men. That's just
it wasn't
mostly what I want to ask about.
That's not. You keep saying it like it's a him problem. It's a you problem, man.
I know it's a you problem. I know it's a me problem, but I just wanted to make sure that I get more advice about that, and I'm gonna still do my more inner work about that, because I know it's about me, and making sure that I don't put that onto other men that I'm going to be meeting after. So I just wanted to ask about that.
If you want to withhold your virginity until marriage, don't lay up kissing and touching and rubbing and feeling on the man, which is the foreplay and which can lead to fellatio and lead to sex. Don't do that. And then blame him for trying to sleep with you, even though you're literally letting it out for him. That's all I'm telling you to do. Don't do that.
Okay. And also about that with the intimacy that you said,
to be honest, I really did not just initiate stuff like that. I didn't
I
really
didn't say
do
you
stuff like
did. Why are
that.
you defending yourself? I never said you did.
Okay.
That's not, it has nothing to do. It doesn't matter who did. It doesn't matter. If that was something that you didn't want, you would simply say, "Hey, I don't want to be kissing and touching on you."
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You didn't do that, so that's irrelevant. What you're saying right now is irrelevant.
It's
Was he was he forcing to kiss you? Was he grabbing you and say, "No, you're gonna kiss me"? Was he forcing to kiss you, or was he's initiating the kiss and you just kind of followed suit?
Yes, I follow
Okay,
suit
then.
with
So there's no excuse that you're making. Then he wasn't forcing you to kiss him, forcing you to touch him, and rub on him, and none of that. So don't make it seem like you was just this damsel in distress that didn't know nothing, and the evil big man came and just forced you to touch and kiss him. Don't do that. You are just as guilty as everybody as he is.
Okay. It's not about that, him being just a big evil man about that stuff with the kiss. It was just him keep on pressuring to have sex, like do the physical thing, to where it was an exact situation where I had to push him up off me.
You don't get it, ma'am. I've explained it to you about 5 or 6 times. You still don't get it. I don't know. I've explained it to you multiple times already. You still don't get it.
Okay, but I also understand about you telling me that to make sure that I just don't really lay off with the intimate stuff to where I don't feel as though I am leading him on to want to have sex, to want to go further, because I'm giving him that leeway by continuing with intimate stuff like that. Okay, I understand that part though.
Okay. I appreciate you.
Wait. Okay.
Man, dude. Man. It's like I didn't say what I said. It's like she completely she okay? I don't know. That woman is, I don't know, man. Yeah, any one or not the other. No, we're not gonna let that excuse fry. The reason why I don't let that young age excuse fly is because we don't let men get that excuse. A man that's 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 don't get the excuse of, oh, he's just young and don't know no better. We hold him accountable as he was a man that's in his 40s. We hold him accountable as we would hold anybody else accountable. Women are going to get the same treatment. We only let women do this age and she don't know no better. She's just young. But if it's a man, he got to be held accountable just like any other man. No, boy. That's why women don't like accountability now. Because unfortunately, older women love to just hide accountability from them, run from that shit. We not finna do that. If you grown enough to vote, you could buy a car, you could buy a house, you can go to school, you could do any and everything in this life. Now you grown enough to deal with the responsibilities that come with dealing with somebody in an intimate relationship. You old enough to be a stripper. At 18 years old, you could be a fucking stripper in the United States. So if you old enough and grown enough to be a stripper, and you old enough and grown enough to be judged at the same standard as any other motherfucking grown woman out here, ain't no excuses. I ain't giving no excuses. Maybe some of y'all can. I don't do that. That's what's wrong with this generation now. I'm just young and don't know nothing. Well, you shouldn't be making stupid ass decisions then. If you don't know, then go sit your motherfucking ass at home and listen to your motherfucking parents since you don't know nothing. Or she don't know nothing. Well, she shouldn't have no motherfucking dude and be in private with him in any type of way if you don't know that. This is why the Islamic faith is such a good in that sense of dating and relationships. In Islam, there is no dating. In Islam, there is no dating. There is no none of that. The only thing that you do in Islam is, if you do want to go on a date, the father got to be there or the first man in the family. The father, the brother, the uncle, the cousin. And that's the only interaction that y'all have with that woman. Is you, her, and her males in the family are around. That's the only time that they're around each other and they're able to see each other. They meet a couple times. If the father and the brothers and the men of the family feel like it's okay for them to be together, then they get married. There's no dating and we talked for 6 months and there's no none of that shit. There's no none of that. So this whole notion, if they can do it, then anybody can do it. So this whole notion is like, oh, we don't know no better. I'm just young and I. Come on, man. Yeah, that bullshit. They frontal lobe not developed yet. I think that's an insane argument. Their frontal lobe not together, but she can vote? Huh? Your frontal lobe is not fully together when it comes to relationships, but you can vote for the change in the direction of the entire American population and society. You can give your take in foreign affairs. You can at 18. You never hear people say, you know what's funny about the people who bring up their frontal lobe? They never say you too young to be fucking. They always say you just too young to be in a relationship. You too young. It's always women. You too young to be in a long-term relationship, but you're not too young to. You're not too young to vote or do anything else that adults do in life. Make it make sense. You can go to prison at 18. Thank you, Louis. You can go to prison. You can go to prison at 17 for the rest of your fucking life. But for whatever reason, when it comes to a long-term committed relationship, oh, your frontal lobe was not developed. Well, maybe they need to sit their motherfucking house then. But that. What's going on, man? Next person. What's going on?
Hey, Aunt, how you doing?
I'm good. What's on your mind?
Okay, yeah. So before I get into what I want to get into, I wanted to ask if you're open with disclosing if you're in a relationship, unmarried, single.
I don't speak on that online. I don't speak on that.
Okay, well, we ain't gonna dig into that. All right, so I'm single, I'm 26, and I just wanted to know what is like a good age range for me to date, because I'm finding me talking to guys more 30, like 31-ish to 38. I feel like they can like handle the weight of the woman I am. So I wanted to ask, like, as a 26-year-old, should you be dating down, like younger, or should you be dating?
What do you mean by handle? Before I even answer that, what you said handle. What does that mean?
I've been running to a lot of people younger. I just feel like they're immature. In the way of who I am, I feel like I'm more secure and more mature, and I have a lot of things going on in my life financially.
Explain.
So I
Be
don't
specific, please. Explain. Be specific.
Okay, I meet a lot of guys that don't have a lot of equivalents.
Hold on. Keep it concise, though. Go ahead.
Yeah, facts. I meet guys that don't have equivalents, you know, and they either be younger, sometimes they be older. So I feel like it'd be a mismatch.
You say equivalence and maturity.
Okay, it could be just with the material things. It'd be an imbalance with the material things, and emotionally, of course, I said immaturity. So I'm trying to figure out where is a good spot.
Energy. Respectfully, you're not being definitive enough for me. You being real vague. Emotional maturity, material things. That doesn't mean anything. Be specific.
You're right.
Just keep it 100. Hey, look, them young don't make enough money.
Okay, they don't have a car. Most of these guys don't have a car. I have a car.
Yeah, okay,
I have my own apartment. They don't have their own apartment.
Okay.
But as far as emotional maturity, I would say that I communicate a little bit better than most men younger than me. So with just that concise, conclusion, I was wondering, like, because I can't really knock everybody down that's 26 or younger, but it's just seeming like the older guys can handle, a little bit more.
Let's just real quick. Let's stop using the term handle, because you're not a horse, so nobody should have to handle you. You're not a herd. You're not in a herd of buffalo, so nobody should have to handle you. You should say that older guys tend to be more attracted to older men because they have more of the things that I'm looking for in a long-term relationship, which is normal. I advise women to date older. So to answer your initial question, you 26, you should be dating anywhere between 26 to 40. That's what I would say personally. I think your desired age range should be late 20s, early 30s, though. That's what I would say. So for 26, I would tell you to date 28, 32, 30. That would be a good range for you to date. That's me personally, right? And you should be dating for marriage. You shouldn't be dating for fun, dating because he's cute, dating because he's tall, dating because he's cool. You should be dating for marriage. I mean, you want to be his wife. So you should be operating like a wife. Not even when you get the man, but before you get a man, you should always be operating like a wife. That's number one. Now, to this other point, though, when you mentioned emotional maturity, a lot of women use this term and they don't even know what it means. A man and a woman is not the same. So we're not going to respond to emotions the same. We're not going to react to emotions the same. We're not going to channel emotions the same. And we're not going to express emotions the same. So what I notice when a lot of women use this term emotional maturity, they're thing of emotional maturity is, well, this man isn't emotional like me, so that means he's not emotionally mature. He doesn't want to open up about his feelings like me, so that means he's not emotionally mature. No, you're dealing with a man. Men don't operate like women. We don't deal with our emotions like y'all. So that emotional maturity thing is such a vague term with a million different definitions of it. So I don't know if I really want to go there with it, because it depends on who you come across, and it's about compatibility. But men and women are not the same when it comes to that. So respectfully, I'm gonna leave that emotional maturity thing to the birds, because that doesn't, your way of it, it's probably not how most men are, and when it comes to that. But I will say, it's in your best bet to probably date dudes that are older than you. And yeah, it's normal for you to want a man to have what you have or more. That's normal. That's human, female nature to want that.
Appreciate that. And my last question is, what's your ideal type of lady that you look for to settle with?
Be attractive, cook clean, shut the fuck up. And you know, love on your man. Love on me. You know, don't be loyal, or be loyal. Don't suck nobody but mine. That's about it.
All right. Well, thank you so much. My DMs is open.
I appreciate you coming up, Energy.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Oh boy. Unless y'all get past that 300. What's up, Lonnie?
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
I just had a quick question because I just want to get your perspective on.
Respectfully, I heard a smoke alarm beep. No. I got 2 rules. You can't be on a page where you're not showing your face. And rule number 2 is no smoke alarm beeps. Everybody know that. You probably new here, so don't take it personally. But those are the 2 rules that I got. Everybody that watch my live know that. No fake pages, no smoke alarm beeps. So once you fix your smoke alarm, then you can come back up, and I'll be more than happy to talk to you and help you out with your situation, respectfully. You didn't know that? It's all good. Now you know. And now you can go fix your smoke alarm and then come back. And then I got you. I'm here for you. What's going on, Genesis? Oh, she dropped down. All right.